Alright, let's spam everyone with this.
Yeah, good. Should be hot anime girls on the DOP crew stream. And now Redshift.
Alright, if you open up the Redshift Expeditionary Commission folder in the journal and click on the fourth one, you'll obtain a hot anime girl.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Where? The fourth one?
Yeah.
The fourth one's Xenomar.
What? No. Not characters. Redshift Expeditionary Commission. But also yes. I mean, that's also true. The thing you said.
No, it's ZeniMax Studios and ZMR.
You mean Sariana?
I did say number 4.
You did say number 4. I thought you were going to be talking about Decus. Or Smitty. They're hot anime girls, aren't they? I mean, Smitty is, but I don't know about Decus.
Alright, spam all my channels.
I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have fun.
Okay.
My friend just asked me if I was a flat earther. Bye. Oh, that spicy chai just slapped me in the face. Heya, says Legendary Neurotoxin. Hello. How are you? You cannot see my face. And that is because I can smoke whenever the fuck I want.
Nice.
I mean, it is America. I ought to be able to smoke whenever I want. It's not like this is a class 1 drug equal to heroin or anything like that, right? Right?
Oh man, there's no crime worse than ingesting the weeds.
Ah, crap.
You talking about skooma?
Yeah, shit, I forgot. Shit, I forgot weed is just
the
a bad.
devil's lettuce, and you will respect that.
Yep, I guess it is.
Jazz cabbage, get it right.
Jazz cabbage?
Yeah,
I've never heard of jazz cabbage. I like that. I'm sure Cab Calloway would approve of that. Does anybody else here call watermelon pickles?
No, I can't say that I do.
What?
Apparently there's this thing that people in the South do, and that's pickling watermelons. And in the song,
There's watermelon fetishes.
yeah, and it's not that. I don't think anyway. Like they're legitimately watermelon pickles. And
Okay.
I mean, sure.
they do it in the South, apparently, where Cab
That
Calloway
doesn't
was a
sound too
part
bad.
of. And he has this song
Honestly.
called The Reaper Man. And he talks about, you know, if watermelons are pickles, then you're probably talking to the Reaper Man. If he trades dimes for nickels and calls watermelons pickles, then you're probably
Hey,
talking
Aaron,
to the
just
Reaper
want
Man.
to check. You got all the XP you needed, right?
Apparently, Ombois has had
You got all of the XP that you were supposed to get every time, right? You didn't forget to get any time.
I don't think so.
I
Unless
know you guys didn't get much from the gargoyle thing.
unless
No, we
we've
didn't
been-
do much.
Have we been getting XP in between
No.
missions we aren't doing?
So
Okay.
all y'all schmucks on the stream can see, this is Elvis Tavern. Your beautiful level 4 thief.
Speaking of Alvis Taver, he's level 3,
Level
and
3.
he needs to hit the long rest button, please, before we start, so that we can start.
He did hit the long rest button just
Thank you.
like literally 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's go. So, 3-player game tonight. That's fine and fun.
Do we have any healers? Or are we gonna die?
I've got enough gold for a potion, but we don't have access to it in the shop yet.
Kill shit fast. You do have potions. Soriana makes it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's
I
why we
forgot
went on the
about that.
quest.
That's right.
That was like the
That
one
was, like,
thing that
2
we were
months
allowed
ago.
to get. That's
Here, let me
above
show you
20.
something cool. You know what's cool?
Smitty should be able to give me something above 20 gold.
The
pieces now.
apothecary
I mean, I've seen the one note.
in the
know what you're
drive,
talking about.
right there. Bam.
Yes, I see it.
I
Could
can't.
get some other things. I could use some poison.
Poison.
Now, you guys think about these things, but also think about. I want you to
I probably
tell
have
me.
for a potion.
In character. How organized are you?
Hey, well, you know that Alvis Taver is one of the most organized people around on the base. He keeps all of his, notes and his maps frickin' alphabetically ordered, and ordered by date, too. That's something that he tries to keep up on. He tries to literally know what day it is by the official calendar, something that most official adventurers might not even care about. Alvis Taver has guaranteed that he can tell you what day it is if you ask him. Or at least he has tried very hard to try to figure that out. He might be off by one day or so because of lack of practical practice, but Alvis Taver believes himself to be a very organized and cleanly man.
He spent most of his childhood and adolescence underground anyway, right? So it would be kind of hard to keep track until you came up. So it makes sense that he's kind of not. It's not natural to him. To
Oh,
keep
yeah.
stuff like that.
Absolutely. But this is also exactly why he's so fascinated with it, too. He's all like, nah, man, I can give you this information of what day it is. Nobody else that I know of who, grew up with me could tell you that bullshit. I'm a fucking genius. That's how he goes about it.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
So, RNAS has the thing she does regularly, and
Yeah.
if it's not part of that, there's no care for organization because she doesn't think she's going to do it again.
Okay.
So it's I don't have to care. I'll just
So she's fastidious in her routines. But
right.
Anything
Well,
else
everything
just
is in
like
its
whatever.
place for the routine.
Yeah.
Where you've got wake up, grab these things, go down to the river, return, put those back where you got them because they're going to be there in the next morning, and then get ready for whatever task for the day.
That makes sense. That it's
and then if anything interrupts that, it's just well, I mean, what do I need? Just grab it and shove it into a bag, and if that's not what I need, well, we'll figure it out then. And
overwhelmingly practical.
There's no
there wasn't a lot
problem
of room for no routine or mistakes growing up.
Yeah.
And especially in a nomadic Goliath tribe. So if it wasn't always at your side and readily available, it just got left. So you either didn't have it, or you didn't
knew
need
where
it.
it was. Yeah. Okay, great. Zimar?
Well, CMR wouldn't be very organized at all. You never really had much in the way of possessions in the first place, so it's not really hard to keep track of what he had. But when it just came to clothes or whatever little things he had, he more or less just threw them on the ground wherever he happened to be staying.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, the Lord Helmet.
So let's pop into the fort for today. And let me tell you a few things that are happening. As the Redshift is clearing up, it is the 30th of Tatus. which means, in fact,
It's like Halloween, isn't it?
yes. And
Holy shit! I can't believe I actually know my lore.
thank you for knowing that. There has in fact been a dusting of snow in the region. Not anything that should affect you guys heading out, but it might be something you're going to have to watch out for. And you may want to swap out your summertime clothes for something a little more.
How do my fine clothes fare up to this? I do have prestidigitation, so any comments on like mud rolling or whatever, like, of course I could have cleaned them up, but
I think that's up to you because what sort of season were those fine clothes designed to be worn in?
I don't know. I literally stole them from somebody in.
Oh yeah, you're right. You did.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Well, okay, so I can tell you just how those are suited. They're actually very loose and very light. They are they're the kind of things you'd expect somebody to wear on, like, imagine somebody lounging in a sunny courtyard on a sunny day.
So I probably I want like a cloth trench coat, or
you'd even say you would even say kind of the sort of thing you'd expect somebody to wear in like a desert, like a rich person who lives in a desert sort of region.
Necromancer robes for casual dimensional travel. Yeah, that's what Omwa said. Okay. I'll definitely want to spend a gold or two when I'm at Mercutio's for a poncho or whatever. But
yeah, I figure if you could always, like, you could pick up another set of clothes entirely, or you could just go for the cloak, and that would probably be fine.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just throw something over this, and I still look pretty fine.
Cool. All right then.
Sorry for interrupting. Just
no. That's I want to know these things because this is letting me know what your character looks like, and that's important for me and everybody else.
It kind of is, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Montlarin has to swap out his clothes every week.
Wow.
Why?
Because he's a
That
fashionable
seems excessive.
He's a fop.
He's a fop.
Oh, excuse you. The term is dandy.
You're right. It is.
Hey. I have you know that depending on the age of the dandiness, that sometimes you don't have to change out your clothes at all to be a dandy. If you're a space dandy, you only need one set of clothes.
Oh, that being a dandy in space?
Yes.
Anyway, anybody who wants to swap out their clothes and stuff, feel free to do so. You guys have access to the shops in it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, this is only like a light dusting of snow, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Like, you guys are getting ready for the winter time, but it's not.
So this is like what my home is like year round.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So I'm like waiting for it to. It was unseasonably warm the last few months.
You're like, finally.
Yeah, finally, like I can
take.
I can put on a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not just walking around in like some sort of tank top masquerading as leather armor. Functionally the same for mechanical purposes, but
right.
But actually, like, oh, okay, so you know
yeah, technically speaking, according to Raw, you can reflavor any plate mail as bikini armor.
Nice, and it's still as effective.
I imagine it's just shaped in the shape of a bikini. Like, it's still like a full piece of plate mail that just happens to look like a bare midriff and a bikini. But that's just me.
What the fuck did I literally just? Oh my
god. So like, I've finally broken out the sleeves for my armor.
Nice.
They're like cutoffs, except I sewed them back into place after ripping them off when I got here.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit more. So Dex is still out he's still doing his research in the Holy Cradian Empire's grand libraries. Not too much from the other expeditionists. There's a couple of things, but another thing first is the materials for the new obelisk that they're going to provide to the Grandmother's Grove. Those are set to arrive on the next ship.
Oh, damn!
Oh.
So that's gonna take next.
So-
That was fast.
Yeah, those are going to be ready to put together, and
How's Smitty also faring too? After that funding, I didn't know if somebody finished it or.
oh yeah, he's level 2 now.
Sweet.
So you guys can buy anything up to 20 gold. Zamar already did. I think he got a glaive.
Neat.
Yeah.
Nice. Are glaives two-handed? Remind me.
Yes.
They are, okay. So you'll have to
Now, glaives are they like really long swords, or are they?
Say that cost one.
they're essentially
It's kind of a spear.
they're essentially
It's kind of like
like
a
a
spear with a
bladed
big ass
spear.
axe head on the other
sword
hand.
Oh, that's a
halberds.
halberd.
Yeah,
I was thinking-
yep,
yeah,
yep.
sword halberd.
Sword halberd is the best example. I've literally used them before, but most glaives have a single-edged blade at the end of it. They're more like a if you were to take the last 3 feet of a saber and stick them on the end of a spear.
So you're
and
gonna need
fatten
to
it
talk
up
to
a
me in
bit.
Fire Emblem terms. I've seen the word Nagatina thrown around a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
they're like
very
those-
close to a
Nagita?
Naginata. Yeah, it's
Naginata.
very close to a
that
Naginata.
one. Yeah, that's the one.
Where Naginata might actually have 2 ends. I have to look it up again. A glaive will not, but yeah, that's it.
And this wonderful thing has
No,
reach.
Naginata is one. A Naginata is a glaive. That's
So
just
Zamar
a
can now hit
fucking
things
glaive.
from very far away. Isn't that nice for him?
Oh, just like my whip. Sweet. It generally has a spike on the bottom too, but I don't know how that plays in D&D sense. I mean,
No, I mean, not really. Like, if you want to flavor hitting with it, then fine. And depending on your needs, we might be able to reflavor the damage type. But generally speaking, it's just going to be the slash.
yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Isn't this
Um,
like for like driving it into the ground so it doesn't move? You try and dismount cavalry.
Yeah, for the most part, absolutely. Though I have in practice seen it be used to like bash you in the fucking kneecap so that you get hit in the knee and then you have to go down and then it's, you know,
Get your head chopped off.
you get your head chopped off from there.
Cool.
In practice, I've seen it actually get bashed in the face if you're not paying attention, but that doesn't happen often at all.
All right.
Sorry.
So hey, so that's going on, and you guys know, Angela, local cleric, has been running back and forth with all those goblins, and she's been hanging out with them a lot. She's the local goblin speaker.
Yeah, I've
so,
never met these guys. I'm fascinated in the idea of knowing goblins and like.
Well, the weird
being
thing about
buddies
them
with
is that none of the goblins seem to have been affected by the Redshift, and that's the main reason the commission wants to chat with them. And the first group of goblins that the parties met has become friendly with the commission, but it turns out that they are part of a much larger tribe of goblins.
Yeah,
that
so they're
are
like
kind of spread out across the whole, pretty much across a whole bunch of the western side of that river.
like like an empire or something.
You call it like a small, very small empire, I suppose.
Yeah, kingdom, something, principality.
Sure. So Angela has been trying to make friends with the extended groupings of goblins, and this has been going relatively well.
That's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. She doesn't need any kind of assistance or anything.
I mean,
Well,
perhaps the Redshift just made these goblins smarter and more
Well, she's
amicable
been
towards
getting
working
help
in groups?
from other people, but she did actually put in a request with Van for a little problem, and we can talk about that in a little bit. But I mean, as far as just like going there and chatting with them and making friends, trying to figure out what their deal is, what they want. I mean, really, their whole thing is they kind of just want to be left alone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that bit.
So as long as there's a situation where like the commission is not bothering them, they're fine with not bothering the commission, and the commission has given them a couple of gifts, so they're all thumbs up on this. And one more thing that you've heard during this redshift is Catelyn, the ranger with the dog that she takes around with her. She usually runs solo.
Yeah, the lone wolf chick.
Yeah, she goes ranging far out, solo, trying to. She mostly does observation and stuff like that.
If it was possible, though it's up to you, Alvis Taver would regularly try to get information from her for his map. If she's haughty and quiet, though, Alvis Taver would still try. But
she is not unwilling to tell you what she knows over a drink after she's made her report to the brigadier.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it's just it's because she seems to be a prevalent ranger. Very skilled as well. Her notes and descriptions would definitely add to the map draft that I've started on since.
So she's definitely one of the ones who's responsible for like every so often a couple more hexes of that map get uncovered without you guys doing anything.
Definitely.
One thing you heard from her this week was now she made this report to the brigadier and the captain simultaneously. And when you went to her for your usual little chat a day or two later, like, oh hey, I just got back from my quest. Let's sit down and swap info. Tell each other what we saw. She tells you that so the past couple of weeks she's been basically she took it upon herself to scout out that necromancer's mansion. And she's been watching it. She has not gotten involved at all, but she's been watching it from afar, trying to stay hidden. You might have heard from her previously that she saw a lot of methods moving around inside there, occasionally going back and forth. Sometimes she spots them carrying bits of stuff that she presumes to be treasure items, bags, and occasionally some of them are just carrying like obviously shiny golden things. Every so often, like every couple of days, a squad of them will like come back in and then go into the keep. But what she saw this time was a whole lot of them leaving the keep, carrying usually they don't carry anything out of the keep except maybe like bags, presumably to hold treasure in. This time they were carrying like barrels and buckets and stones and stuff like that, and an entire horde of them was traveling southeast. She did not follow them.
Southeast.
What was southeast of the necromancer's mansion?
That isn't towards the fortress.
That's correct.
It's not the Dryad Grove either.
Well, we can look at the map quick.
Alvis Taver has a very detailed map. Not that detailed.
Well,
but...
this is the necromancer spot, right?
Yep, up there in the hills.
So southeast would put it. Could be this keep that we were just at. Could be any other unexplored region out this
That'd be
way.
pretty far southeast if it was that mountain keep we went to.
Well,
Anyway, she bailed pretty shortly after that. She didn't want to stick around.
Wouldn't either.
So she headed back to make her report on that. And that's where we are now. Do you guys want to tell me anything you've been doing in your downtime? We've got facilities that provide buffs if you want them.
Well, I would have just been training in the barracks again, getting
Cool.
used to the glaive now.
All right, yeah.
Weapon.
Yeah, gotta practice with that one. You're already proficient in all of them. You got a D-Rust.
Yeah, just warming up.
They make you use everything in the pits.
I haven't used it in a while.
Go ahead and
I
take your D4.
I think I'd be working on some more just working in the library, looking for more efficient animal traps.
Okay. Sounds
Or
good.
just not that it's useful information as far as this area goes, because who knows with the Redshift, but
Bet the keep.
effective bait for river fish, lake fish.
Southeast from the keep.
Because
I believe
I'm used to the hunting,
what they were talking about.
not quite used to the trapping, but it's kind of refreshing to go to bed and wake up with a meal waiting for you. That's
I mean, hunting game and fishing is something that does happen around here. From
wow.
there are.
If you could link that sound effects or that soundscape thing that you use, I would be most
standard
appreciative.
procedures usually work in the Redshift zone. Occasionally, you'll get something.
You'll get something unexpected on the end of your line, or
Yeah, that soundscape thing would be most awesome. But that.
Trying to be better equipped to venture out onto the road.
Cool. All right, take your D4.
It's D4, mental D4.
Yeah. Albus, what have you been up to?
I of course have been studying, updating my map in whatever way I can, and I also wanted to muse around with Smitty about what it would take to build a dog.
A dog?
Yeah, like a mastiff, or maybe even a mule, but a small mule. And I did say build one, and I'm hoping that he just understands what I mean when I say that, instead of me having to like gesture over to his monstrosity.
Yeah. Well, he pretty much tells you that like Gabora is his masterpiece, and he spent about 50 years building.
It is quite amazing. I would not be surprised.
He could definitely do it. It would probably cost you somewhere upward of, or it would cost him somewhere upward of, we're talking like in the thousands of gold pieces if you're working with standard exchange rates for material and stuff like that.
Right.
And there is a not insignificant amount of magic involved in this feat as well. I mean, Gabora's got some... He's probably running off of like 4 or 5 different magic cores that are all hooked up inside him.
Makes sense, quote, quote, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So you gotta get that all commissioned from some sort of wizard, and because Smithy sure isn't one.
All right. I was just wondering. Maybe a clockwork one?
Yeah, then you're so then you're like replacing then you're basically replacing magic with actual science, and then
The expenses go up.
they might not go up. They'd probably be about the same. It's just you're splitting the you're taking a different route that arrives at the same result.
All right. I didn't realize, but that is good knowledge just to at least keep.
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely put it in his head, and he's like, it's not out there. It's just we're not going to have the ability to do it for a while. I mean, hell, turning this fort into a place crawling with robots would be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, it absolutely would. I do have one other weird request.
Okay.
And that was the idea of a finesse-based spear.
That will not be possible just because that's breaking the rules.
Okay. I didn't know.
Unless we get you a special magic item, then maybe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if it would be something that would cost extra
But you're not
or
gonna,
cost
yeah,
like
you're
some
not gonna
kind
be
of
able to make
fragility
it from
or
something mundane. Although does Mithril do that?
I actually had no idea. I literally had no idea. I thought this would be more of a D&D kind, a DM kind of like
Mithril weapon.
of, but I didn't know that.
All right, so D&D Beyond says mithril weapons have the following properties. If it's heavy, it is no longer so. If it isn't heavy, it becomes light and gains finesse.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if this is nonsense or not. This looks like homebrew. This is homebrew. Never mind.
Yeah, see, that's exactly the kind of thing I was questioning about. If you would, for either an extra cost or the making of a fragile weapon or something like that, if Smitty could craft a spear that was finesse.
I'm gonna have to look into it. But it would definitely that kind of thing would definitely be mithril weapons.
Okay.
As far as I can know, it doesn't actually look like there is a mithril weapon thing in 5e yet. So I might have to invent that myself. I might just go with that homebrew that I just found. That might be the way to do it. But I'm not going to make any promises yet. Let me do my research.
If you can't find it, don't make any promises. If it's just a thing, then Smitty would be like, huh, we'd wish every weapon could be a finesse weapon or something like that.
He will be capable of getting mithril abilities a little bit later, though.
That'll be pretty cool.
Did I put that in there? I did not. But he knows how to work mithril and adamantine, just so you guys know.
Okay, that's definitely good knowledge. Other than that, no, I'm studying in the library. I don't think I could get away with another gambling session that wasn't for anything more than chores.
All right. Go ahead and give yourself that special die, and let's talk about what the party wants to do today. Do you guys want to see the quest board?
Yeah, sure.
Here we are.
All right.
Are you guys able to move these around?
I think so. Actually, no.
No.
Hell,
I know you had it that way in the past, but
I have to
I can.
individually do it for everyone.
Oh,
I
can't.
Yeah, I'm turning them on for you. Here you go.
Van has a lot of requests.
Yeah, most of these you notice are left over from last week, and Van wrote all of them while the Brigadier was out.
well, it seems like I know you I know you talked briefly about the goblin stuff.
Yes, I know Van is in
Yeah.
charge. Yeah.
Should go in to ask Soriana where the Amanita and Harada.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
The Harada cactus. We might actually be able to get the Harada cactus on the way to the goblins, if I remember correctly. The goblins is definitely a good place to try to look for the mushrooms, but I can't remember exactly where on the map. I kind of have it marked.
If you've asked in the past, I wasn't here for that.
No
so I
problem.
don't
We
remember.
can ask her again, and
Yeah,
I'll show you guys the map because this is going to be relevant. If you ask Sariana where to
There doesn't
find
seem to be much desert in this
Right.
area.
Yeah.
So she's not sure where to find the cactus, but she has heard. She's had some scouts inform her that this location right over here to the east might have what?
Wasn't that where another potential location for an outpost was?
No, that was the keep up here.
Then was that square there 2 weeks ago? Or
I think
3?
that's where the wolves were last time.
No, the wolves were in the southern forest.
Oh, there was something over there though. I remember.
It's been a while. I know that square's been there since last week. That's all.
Oh, and let me go ahead and mark that metal thing for you guys.
The thing in the hills.
Yep.
There's metal in them
That's a
hills.
bit rough.
Yep. And it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
Oh, whatever happened to that
I
other
don't like that one.
tomb ruin that Dex was talking about a while back?
Not for the fort.
Clear that out.
Absolutely not.
Which one are you referring to?
He said there was something down
Um,
here
Maybe this one for
in
the
these
fort?
mountains.
Oh, do you mean the harpy?
I think I do mean the harpy, but
That was taken care of by Kuromizawa, one of the other expeditions.
this is what I get for not showing up for a while.
He handled it.
He handled it sound.
Yeah, that's a better one for the fort.
Yeah, the situation there was a harpy. She was messing up some of the expeditionists. A couple of people died down there or got stuck with her through a redshift. It was pretty bad and nasty.
Oh wait.
He and a couple of others managed to fight their way through. They got some earplugs from Mercutio, and the harpy went down pretty easy.
What about what happened with our local demolitionist? I remember talking to him, and he was thrown out of a loop because of something that happened deep within the darkness of the underground. Alvis Tavern is sort of a subject expert on the underground.
Ainsworth has actually been talking a lot with Captain Van lately about he's more or less recovered and ready to head back out, and he has been making a case for trying to possibly like stem whatever is happening down there, or set up some kind of like not an obelisk but like a temporary like base camp.
I would definitely be interested in that. Absolutely. Or
Down
something
there,
to, you know.
he wants somewhere that's like safe and fortified so that people can kind of get there and rest a little bit and then be ready to go deal with that stuff. He doesn't want to let it lie down there. Is basically what he's getting at.
Absolutely. I would also definitely be. Yeah. No, I would. I'm interested in what he's found down there, and would definitely be interested also in if the party decides to, in maybe asking if we could take him along to try to at least establish the footholds of said kind of base. It is up to everybody else, but Alvis Taver definitely piques some interest at that. He did hear about it last time he tried to go out. But also the goblins, too. That also interests me.
Yeah, that was the other thing. That, well, from the quest board, it seemed like it was more of a diplomacy mission again. I didn't get a chance to finish reading it, but
I'm sorry. We can go back.
No, it's all good.
I'm not exactly a diplomat. I am a subject matter.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, I am a subject matter expert, though, on the Underground. I spent most of my life within the, a mine.
Those other,
You have a quick realization after like mid conversation with these two people you're teaming up with this week, Alvis, and you're just like, wait, these people have shitty eyes.
Do we?
These people can't see in the dark. They're freaks.
What do you mean?
we're the freaks.
Oh, wow. You can't see in the dark?
I guess technically we are the freaks if the 5e dark vision, which is
there's like 3 races that can't see in the dark.
it's like
Humans, halflings, dragonborn, and Goliath.
You
yeah,
guys...
humans, halfling, and dragonborn can't see in the dark, but
Well,
dwarves, elves, tieflings, gnomes.
You guys can't see in the dark.
But why is that a problem?
I don't know.
If
Also,
we go
if you're
down
looking
in the
at it again-
caves, then that's
I mean,
it.
I've got
Oh,
torches.
yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, way to
Yeah, I got
blind
torches,
me.
but
I guess I could be up front. He shrugs. Alvis Taver's up front most of the time anyway.
also the goblin thing wasn't a diplomacy thing. I think I just read something wrong, or I glanced at it weird.
Well,
But we still don't know
To
the
all
actual problem.
interested in matters of diplomacy is, I think, what got us.
Yeah.
well, it seems like
True.
one of those other homes of theirs is dealing with a small problem. So would Miss Mortier
Yeah.
be accompanying us on that trip?
Yes, she would.
So we can probably get an accompanying person, no matter what we choose.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I
would-
wanted to choose the caves was actually because I might be able to get our demolitions expert to go down with us. But if we can get somebody for the goblins too, that's pretty good as well.
Well,
I'm
it
just
seems
trying
to
to
be
figure out a
her-
way to cover our numbers.
That seems to be
Yeah, it's kind of turned into her territory.
her
Yeah.
territory. I'm just concerned might be the wrong word, but
I'm not exactly a diplomat. I like taking advantage of situations in which peoples come together, and I don't think that kind of let's call it mindset would be exactly what we need for making friends if I were to say get caught.
Would you like to perhaps chat with the person responsible for this situation?
We could do that.
I would.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. You decide to meet with Angela. Again, if you haven't, let me go ahead and pop that. I really want to just show you guys.
Is there an Angela like handout tag or something?
I want to show you the picture, but I don't want to show you her whole character sheet.
just post it in Discord.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Take a snip and put it in the.
Oh, dude, don't worry. I've got the picture saved.
Even better.
Yeah.
It's prepared.
She is a cleric. She's basically the only notable cleric in the fort.
Outed cleric? The only outed cleric?
Yeah, that one. She is basically the fort mom, and has really been enjoying her time making friends with these goblins. So she tells you that these goblins, they have a second, generously dubbed village, located a little ways north of the first one. And now, do any of you know what a nilbog is?
Does it have anything to do with giants?
No. You can roll history though.
I'll roll some
Or
history.
nature. Nature works if you want.
Oh, or nature. Nature or history. So I got that. Let's choose this one.
Nope.
I have no fucking idea. What's a nilbog? Laney?
Well, a nilbog is this thing that happens to goblins sometimes. They get unusual powers, and as a whole, the goblin species is often considered rather chaotic. And I think that is perhaps in part due to the Nilbog event that occurs sometimes, because a goblin who, you might even call it an infection, gets infected with the Nilbog, they become wild and kind of unstoppable. Especially by goblins, because the thing is, if you do anything to the Nilbog, like killing it, which most goblins wouldn't do because they're such a problem, then just the nearest other goblin just becomes a Nilbog right afterward. So I thought, we're not goblins, so maybe we'd have a better chance of helping out. We're definitely not at risk for being turned into a Nilbog, but also the Nilbog won't have any qualms about harassing us, so that's kind of why I was looking for help. I don't think I can do it on my own.
What do we need to do to the nilbog? Like, wouldn't they have problems with us killing it?
Well, yeah, I don't think we can kill it. That would be bad, because then we would just make another one. I think maybe what we could do is, at the very least, toss it in a cage or something. Maybe if we took it far away. I've never actually interacted with a nilbog. It might be something you can cure, but I don't know.
Do they usually act in positions of command? Like, why is the nilbog such a problem for the community?
Well, you're familiar with the concept of a jester, right?
But of course.
So imagine you had a jester, but the jester also had superpowers.
Yeah.
And was really mean.
Interesting. That doesn't sound like a favorable combination.
I can tell you it's not. The goblins up there are kind of at the ends of their ropes, as far as I can tell. So, they were a little desperate when they came asking for help.
So they don't want the nilbog there.
Well, they really just don't want to be dealing with it, because all it's doing is causing chaos. It lets animals out of their pens. It destroys their housings and everything. It can even It, I think they said it even has some low-level form of mind control. So, um, it'll do things like make other goblins just fight each other for fun.
So we have permission to kill it?
Well,
No, because that would just create another nilbog.
Yeah.
So we have permission to apprehend it, rather.
yes, absolutely.
Interesting. I'm sure Van would like to study it. I would like to study it.
Or Dex when he gets back.
Let's
Probably.
go.
Seems more like
If we want to do this, let's go to Smitty and commission a cage. I have 16 marks here, some gold.
ask him to work on one while we go out, I guess.
How long
That would probably work.
Yeah. And then we can go to Mercutio and buy a trap, maybe?
Well,
If we were able to rope or manacle him up, that might help us. I feel a little bit bad about trying to drag him a whole 3 days walk. But I imagine he'd be pretty easy to carry at least.
It'll be okay. I understand your worry, but I'm sure he doesn't understand. So, is this what we want to do? I mean,
I'm on board.
the dark tunnels. But I'm also on board in capturing a mad, crazy, gestured magic thingy. Goblin. Nilbog.
Well, maybe these goblins are different than the ones I've encountered back home, but
They are goblins.
those were no friends of ours, to put it lightly. Mostly just antagonistic little pets that tried to steal our food and.
Oh no, she says they're not really all so bad. Once you get to talking with them, they came out here to the Redshift zone to kind of get away from all of that, and to get away from the people who treated them like something to be hunted. Really, it's almost like we were invading their territory when we came in here, and some of our expeditionists encountered goblins out in the wilds and just they assumed each other to be enemies, and they fought as seemed natural, but that was totally unnecessary.
Oh, it's like those religious folk that go and live out in the country who don't believe in magical living.
I guess so.
I understand.
But I mean, we've been trying to befriend them, partly because Van wants to know how they can survive in the Redshift zone, but also just because we think it would be useful to have them as allies, and obviously more useful to not have them as enemies right at our doorstep. So I think if we can help them out, I think they'll be a lot more friendly to us. And I haven't met them yet, but supposedly they have a chief who lives even further north. So I think if that chief hears that we help them deal with a serious problem like this, I think they'd be a lot more willing to listen to their subordinates and talk to us openly.
That makes sense. So, what are you more interested in, guys? Terrible dark tunnels? Goblins? We could also just make out northeast I like the idea of just kind of scouting, but we would need a lot of food.
I can tell you, you definitely won't have to go delving in deep, dark caves if we go to this goblin camp.
Quite right. We also haven't talked to our local demolitions expert. I forgot his name, which is why I keep calling him that. But
I'd find it's canon now.
but
Demo man.
we also haven't talked to our demo man either. I mean, I kind of don't want you guys to go talking to him because he might dissuade you of going down there because it's pretty sketchy, I hear. But I mean, with sketchiness comes treasure.
I don't know if he's gonna have to try very hard to dissuade me to want to go down into another cave.
There was also a hidden cave where that gargoyle was too, but we don't really seem interested in
Was
that.
it a hidden cave or was it just like a
pit?
A pit where the support used to be for the tower?
Yeah, see, it could have been exactly that. I didn't get enough information. Like, that's not enough to go on when we have two juicy freaking leads like giant underground complex or goblins.
My only concern with helping the goblins, well,
There's a metal sphere on a hill if you don't want to help goblins. I understand goblinoid racism, just as long as it doesn't extend to dark-skinned gnomes. If it does, then we have some problems. Sir.
That metal sphere nearly killed Nimbus and Nias, just so you guys know. That is something you would know, because it's even written there as a warning.
we would know.
Yeah, honestly,
We couldn't handle a gargoyle.
I like
That one was tough for us.
all
We
of
couldn't
this
handle
seems
it because
tough.
we were stuck on the ground. I don't think it was a strength issue. It was more just a pretty bad mismatch.
Apparently, Mart Laren
Well,
is
that's-
flopping his useless arm at the party, saying, "Go
That's
no
just
further."
it.
He's a paladin.
Any attacks we made on it seemed like extremely ineffective.
Did you guys just try to talking to it?
The gargoyle?
No,
just
no, not the gargoyle. The metal sphere.
oh, I don't know. I wasn't a part of the
They
expedition for that
got
one.
they saw some little automatons and they got attacked pretty much immediately by them.
Oh damn. Okay, but the gargoyle, yeah. Were you using hammers and maces and the like?
No, I just have a short sword. I think I used my fist at one point.
Ooh, yeah. See, it doesn't seem like we're all too prepared to fight a gargoyle. See, that thing is made of stone. We gotta have like a
Right.
pickaxe or something. I got a crowbar.
But that's not for dismantling stone. That's for
I'll have you
being a
know that there is the legend of the almighty freeman, wearer
Hey,
of the orange
Elvis,
armor.
would you like to make a Arcana check for me? As long as you're talking about gargoyles. You know that gargoyles are pretty sturdy, even if you're taking a hammer.
Yeah, they'd be pretty sturdy anyway. And we don't have somebody like Nimbus. Maybe Nimbus would have some more knowledge on how to maybe like disenchant. Alvis kind of tilts his head, not knowing if that's the right word. A gargoyle?
Yeah, 13's not gonna quite get you to that level of knowledge.
Yeah, bring it to kill it. I'm not sure if they're alive or not. I'm skeptical on that whole side of the argument. I don't think they're alive. They're brought to animacy by magic. But honestly though, I'm really interested in what's in the tunnels. It's weird. I spent my entire life trying to get out of a tunnel, but these tunnels seem so expansive. We might find something awesome there. And there's just few enough for the party to be able to run away if bad things start to happen too. It seems like, at least from what I heard a couple of weeks ago, or whenever the last Redshift allowed me to go with the last expedition, not the last expedition, but the expedition before that expedition, that the amount of people that were with our demo man seemed to cause more confusion than to render any kind of help in the situation. So maybe a smaller, more experienced party might be able to get more done.
Alright.
And there seems to be problems with the goblins anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as this isn't little people hate, I can back you up on some goblinoid hate. I mean, I only know a few goblins, and they're kind of iffy people, but, you know, they were people. I'm not going to question your bigotry against them. I know a lot of them were stories of them attacking people.
Well, they were just mostly a nuisance. I didn't really care to deal with them. It was always... They were always too numerous to just outright eliminate from our lives. But every few months or so, we'd have to drive a band of them away.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Isn't that what will make them better allies? A numerous ally.
Well, not when they steal your food, and mostly just harass your campsite while the hunting party's away. No, that just really aggravates everyone. But these, well, I can't promise it won't be an issue, but if they're as set in their homes as Angela's made them out to be.
Well, it's not so much that they're set in their homes. I mean, really, if they could run away from that Nilbog the whole ordeal, they would. It's not hard for such a critter to follow them wherever they try to run away to, though.
Why don't we try to recruit them for the fort? Bring them all here and build up upon our arms.
I believe that was Angela's... well, not mission, but...
Well, we'd like to at least get a few of them, maybe. If they're willing to help us out, we're certainly not afraid to invite them to join us. We can always use more expeditionists, and I think that kind of cooperation would be great for both us and the goblins. But that's something we have to talk about with them once we can consider our relationship a real friendship.
Well, I mean, we could also just bring Van down there and then offer friendship under Van's wondrous eye, and I'm assured that they probably would come with us.
Well, I did ask him that, and he thought maybe that it would be a bad idea because the goblins might be super afraid of him, and I can sort of see why.
Wouldn't that be what we use to our benefit? And then in that fear, they see that actually we're just really nice people, and then after we initially used fear to gain our friendship, they're like, oh, they're really nice people. We don't have to be afraid of them. And
oh, you weren't joking when you said diplomacy isn't your thing, huh?
No, actually, I heard once from my master that fear can be used as a really great tactic. It was a bad first impression is more memorable than a good first impression, and thus a second good impression is better than a first good impression. That's what he said. And so...
She's, You notice her fiddling through her prayer beads a little bit.
What? Isn't it true? Wouldn't you remember the person that you were like terrified of, a couple of days ago? Like, wouldn't you remember them more readily in your mind if they then turned out to be awesome, wonderful people? Because, your initial impression was, oh my god, it's a beholder. It's gonna eat me. I'm gonna turn into a statue. My life is over. But then you're like, wait a minute. My life isn't over. It's giving me food. Holy crap. Oh my god, my first impression was terrible. Oh, well, I guess I'll never think about this beholder the same way again. And see, second impression, different. Much stronger now because of the first initial terrible impression. Sticks
You have
better.
a really logical outlook, but I would be more concerned with perhaps an overreact.
Like what? It's not like they could do anything to Van. And Van could easily disable them without killing them. He has otherworldly godlike power.
Charms and telekinesis for sure, but those only work on so many. And a stray arrow, he has a lot of eyes,
Oh, that does seem...
20 arrows versus 10 eyes.
There
Odds
is
aren't
a
great.
number difference there. Well, that's why we're here. Expeditionist galore.
I don't think he'll choose to wear you as armor, unfortunately.
Oh. Damn.
Funny as that might look.
Okay. Well then.
Well, maybe you could ask him.
I can't promise that things will go well with the goblins, but I'd certainly prefer to be able to see the sky rather than be trapped underground.
Well, we have to try, right? And I'm sure if we do our best out there, we can handle whatever this problem is. I mean, it is just one trickster between 4 of us. I feel like we must be able to handle it. I'd feel bad if we couldn't.
I would hope we could.
I don't like goblins. Alright. I guess if we're capturing one, we could bring him all the way here.
Well, shall we talk to Van and perhaps in turn Pontus or Smitty?
Who could build a... Well, Smitty to build us a cage for the Golbog? Balgog?
Near Nilbog?
Nilbog. Yeah, for the Nilbog. But also, we could talk to Mercutio about purchasing a trap as well. I don't know if Van will actually come with us because of initial bad first impressions, but like it was presented, it is a very logical argument that I did present about a first bad impression being actually more impressionable and thus making a better environment for a second good impression.
Van will not come with you.
Oh.
He has business to attend to.
Van will
other stuff to do.
has other stuff to do. Oh.
He trusts you completely.
Trusts us completely, though. See? Alright, so we should talk to Smitty about making a cage. Mercutio about making a trap, maybe. What kind of trap would work against a Nilbog? How big are these suckers?
About the size of you.
Do we want something like a snare, maybe? What do you guys think?
That would
Well,
probably work.
I think
isn't
just
very big.
a set of manacles should be.
No, but I mean, we need to initially trap the Neilbog so that the Neilbog is unable to move, and then we
Can't we
could
just-
manacle them.
Knock him out.
I might kill him. Let's
Or-
be honest.
I don't know. Sneak up on him in his sleep.
Still might kill him. No, I'm joking. I do have sleep as a spell actually, and hideous laughter, so that might actually be easier than.
Oh yeah, those are completely disabling, aren't they?
Yeah, those will disable you quite well.
Well, that's good then, right? That's
Quite, but I mean, a trap is a really good backup. Is it not? And I mean,
are
a
we
snare
worried
has a
that-
built-in leash, so that you can manacle them and then drag them along the countryside back here.
Are we worried that he might run away?
But of course, we want to bring them alive all the way back here, and traveling will take at least 3 days. Like I said, a snare has a built-in leash. Just make sure it doesn't choke the poor fella for long. And the manacles are a great idea, too. Maybe get 2 sets of manacles, one for his feet and hands.
Well, probably thighs and biceps.
Yeah, quite. But a snare, like a deer trap, maybe?
I think I can make one of those.
Wouldn't even have to ask Mercutio to get us one?
Well, I
Hariana!
mean, I have
Roll it.
rope. I have the ability to tie knots.
That should equate
Throw
into a
manacles. Throw manacles on top of it, and basically string this nilbog up
Yeah,
to
I
a
mean
tree
the
every night.
only hunting trap in the
It's a bear trap.
handbook is a bear trap.
Ooh, okay,
is
I like bear
not-
traps. Let's do that.
That's not
I mean, it wouldn't kill him.
humane.
It wouldn't be that bad. We could heal him or stabilize him at
Yeah,
least.
yeah, it's fun.
I got a
Diplomacy.
mage hand, and the mage hand could put 3 pounds of pressure on, at least. At most. Sorry.
I could just sit on him a bunch. That's
But really,
if we're going for equally ridiculous.
Aranis and Zimar, do you want to guys want to roll for some history or nature to see if you know what no bugs can do?
what are
Sure.
they like? Can we...
I'm trying to. Would I have known? Would I have encountered any?
Maybe that's what this roll will determine.
Okay, I guess history. It's the same score for both of them, but
You've never encountered one, unfortunately. Zimar, you know a little bit about no bugs.
I've heard stories in the tavern.
What are they like? What can we put inside of a bear trap for them?
You know that they are very slippery.
Mm.
And a lot of the time, people who try to attack them end up the stories about them you've heard usually involve like somebody thinking they cleaved it straight down the middle, and then it just like the nilbug is just standing on their head.
All right.
That's
Full Looney Tunes.
is it that is indeed slippery. I was thinking maybe we could dry them out, bag of sand him, pocket sand the millbog, but no, that is seemingly ridiculous and impossible at the same time. Did Decus leave his thing here?
What thing?
Decus has a thing that
His thing?
Nimbus and I both use on a regular basis.
Familiar?
Not a familiar. I wouldn't use his familiar.
A brazier.
A brazier, yes.
Didn't you already use it to resummon Keen last time?
Oh yeah, I totally did. Yeah, I fucking Tom Sawyered it. I forgot.
Yeah, okay. So you're good on that. She's alive.
Cool. Alvis is a modern day warrior with a mean stride.
That's like Russia's worst song, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you don't disagree, because, well...
I'm down for Grace Under Pressure, any song out there, but that's
Alright.
beside the point. We should buy a trap, some rope. Yeah, slippery is a thing. I think we should Wile E. Coyote this motherfucker and
I've
bear
got
trap
some
him.
rope, so we don't need to buy that.
You have... Oh, I have rope as well.
That works.
There's... I have fishing line, I have...
I got
10-foot
string.
pole.
Holy shit, you
fishing.
have a 10-foot pole? Do you know how cumbersome those things are?
I'm 7 feet tall,
God damn, okay.
so 7.5 feet tall, so no. I don't. Well, I actually don't think the fishing tackle is a 10-foot pole. It's a fishing rod.
So yeah.
Unless that wooden rod is 10 feet long, but
we
I don't know.
got plenty of rope here. Do we have the knowledge to make a snare of some sort? I'm
I
really
have been practicing animal snares for the last 3 or 4 weeks now.
That'd be awesome. I'm also down for a bear trap though. I mean, I don't like goblins.
That would, while I agree that it would make our lives easier if it was just dead, that's not the
It wouldn't kill it.
Okay, all right. So having a goblin lose half of its body wouldn't kill it.
No, I have seen plenty of crippled man without his legs. What do you
They
think
don't
debtors...
live too long.
Oh no, they certainly do. I've seen people give up their legs for debts, and then continue to be debtors. Or debitors. That's the word.
I don't know what either of those words mean.
Angela says no.
Angela, no bear traps, Angela? It is a being of chaos.
That doesn't mean that it's okay to chop off its leg.
It's happening to step in a trap that we set doesn't mean that we cut off its legs. The circumstances of the okay. All right.
And besides, this goblin is not themselves. This goblin is likely suffering. If we can help it, we should try to help it. If we can somehow get this thing out of it so that it goes back to normal.
Right.
So, I mean, if we have to knock him out to catch him and then put him in a cage, that's fine. But
you don't want to
it should-
cripple him. Okay.
of course not.
I understand. I guess I could just put him to sleep. Put him
That would be ideal.
Alright then. So, no traps like that. We got plenty of rope or snares. Let's go talk to Smitty about making us a cage. Maybe an automatic water feeder. A nice
Okay,
little
you talk
pen.
to Smithy.
Wait, I have to talk
You
to
ask
Smitty?
him for a.
Oh.
Well, who? I mean, you don't have to. Somebody else
Why?
can.
Why make the gnome talk to the other gnome? That's racist.
You said you wanted to. You all go talk to Smithy. There we go.
The message on the board also says talk to Van. But
Right, but Albus wants to get a cage.
that's true.
So you talk to Smithy.
We need a cage
And-
for Gilbog.
What now?
Neilbog. Neilbog. Sorry.
Grondtassel, why have you come into my shop telling me that you're bringing me a Nilbog?
Because you can make a cage for said Neilbog.
I can do this, yes. Now, okay.
Why you would do it? I funded you? I could
No,
also continue to fund you.
I understand this. Don't worry. I just want to make sure that you know what you're going to be dealing with, and okay, and I assume you are going to want this cage immediately? It's going to take me a couple days to put it together at best.
We're going to be out for a couple of days at best.
When you get
so-
back.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on an expedition with a couple of folks here.
All right. Here's what's going to happen. As you've politely requested, I will need you to put in some paperwork with the brig and have her okay this whole thing for me.
Of course.
So I can use the materials on your Nilbog cage. And then we're going to make sure when I sign that paperwork that it says Grondtassel, Aranese, Zaymar, and Mortier are responsible for what happens to the Nilbog in Fort Maricus.
For what happens to the Nilbog, not to Fort Maricus if the Nilbog escapes.
There you go. See, you're just a tad better at writing contracts than I am. So we'll write it like that, and that way, I already know that my cage is going to be fine. But if somebody fucks up and unlocks it, unwittingly or wittingly, if they, for some reason, feel compelled to give this Nilbog a file or the set of keys that I'm going to have to install on this thing, that is going to be your problem. And
Right. I can assure that myself, Aranese and Zaymar, and Ariana can all take responsibility for the Nilbog that we are bringing in here, right? And whatever it does to the fort if it were to escape. But as a contract maker, my guild would respect me covering but all avenues, right? We first need to make a leeway within that responsibility, and that is for anybody, say, like Van or yourself or the captain who may want to open the gate, right? They must sign off on a responsibility relinquishing sheet that gives them responsibility for said moments of care that they put themselves in front of the cage for. And, of course, though I believe it an impossibility from the person who has built such a magnificent piece of machinery like that, and he points behind
calm down,
Smitty,
kiddo.
right? That if the cage were to fail in any way that, you know, wasn't the fault of somebody who would open the door, yeah, what would happen?
what would happen is if that thing comes anywhere near my shop, Gabora gets to use his hammer.
Oh, but of course. If the thing escapes, then hammer time all the way. I'm fine with this.
All right, then you go handle that paperwork. I'll get started.
Absolutely.
He goes right to work. He snaps his fingers, and Gabora starts following him out to the forge, and they get to smelting and hammering.
I guess I have to go visit the brigadier.
Yeah, and that'll go pretty quickly. So you guys, she provides you with the paperwork that you need to commission something from the commission funds from the smith.
Most generous brigadier. Thank you, brigadier.
Well, this is the kind of thing those funds are for, right?
Yeah.
You guys aren't expected to pay for standard supplies and that sort of thing.
And what of the contract that Smitty talked about?
She makes sure to put a bit into it that says whoever's currently guarding the Nilbog is responsible for the Nilbog. Otherwise, you guys are responsible for the Nilbog. She gives you a spot to sign on it.
Wonderful. I guess I have to bring this contract to Zamar, Arenas, and of course Ariana as well, because she's the one who's all up in this let's make friends with goblins thing.
Yep. When you bring it to your cleric friend, she signs her name on it and hands it back to you, and she just bends down and whispers, it's Angela, and she pats your head.
Angela, thank you, sweet, thank you. I John Hancock the piece of paper once everybody else has, and give it to whomever needs it. Brigadier?
Yeah, she
it's
just
back to
needs
the
to
Brigadier.
file it away pretty much.
Sweet.
Or send it off on the next boat.
Alright, y'all okay with signing away your souls over to that cage and Smitty's handiwork? Well, I mean, it already happened, but are you okay with what you just did?
If I have to be.
Right. I would have read over the contract a few times, then my eyes would have started glossing over, so I just signed it anyways.
That's the spirit, man. Alright, I guess we need to go talk to Van before we go out, right?
If you want to. What do you want to hit him up for?
Well, isn't that just general decorum? He posted the request. I know it's
Oh
Angela
yeah,
who
but
did
if you guys are just checking in, we can gloss over that.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to do? Alvis Taver is not completely interested, other than just chumming it up with Van because Alvis Taver is a chum.
Well, I think I'm ready to go.
The only thing, I think I would have done it when we asked about the Harada cactus, but Amanita mushrooms are in a forest somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, so
They're
not the way we're going.
roughly eastward.
Hey,
That's my reports.
That
Wait.
is fine.
that does remind me. I do want to ask when we are asking Sariana about those mushrooms. So can I eat these ones? These are the ones that, right? Alvis Taver wouldn't know. Alvis Taver would just know enough to get himself in trouble.
Let me see. Sorry, I gotta find the thing.
I want to eat these ones, right? These amanitas.
Yeah, she says, I mean, you could I don't really know why you'd want to. They're only super poisonous if I cook them right.
Aren't they also just super poisonous even if you don't cook them right?
Yes. At least I thought they were. I thought they also made you trip balls, too.
Well, I mean, so super poisonous is like it'll kill you instantly, and regular poisonous is like it'll kill you in a couple hours. So
I guess this is Siriana we're talking about? Or Soriana we're talking to?
it is.
That makes sense. No, but I mean to like... Oh, never mind. Okay. Let's go.
Okay. We go. Whoop. So the place you guys are going, Angela hasn't been there before, but she knows where it is.
She said it was to the north of the regular encampment, right?
Yeah, it's right up here,
Oh. Okay.
not too far away.
And the little patch of dust up here that's on the map is where we cross?
That's a spot where the river becomes relatively shallow in that
Okay.
area, so it's easy to cross over. But also there are there's
I
a
know
raft.
there's a ferry raft thing,
Yeah.
but
That anybody who goes westward can use just straight out the fort. So a lot of it, anybody who goes that way finds it easier usually to just hop over the river here and then go.
yeah. Okay. That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Let's go then. So you guys know the drill. It's 4 spaces. The latter 3 of them get fun d20 rolls.
4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Assuming you're going at a normal pace.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna roll the 3d20
Ooh.
There.
Okay.
There we go.
and move us to where we need to be if we need to move.
Yeah. Could you roll me a
D12 plus D8.
Yeah, that special thing that I still haven't made a macro for.
Oh.
Oop, need a space there. 1 or 2?
1 of each.
5 and 5.
Okay.
10, if it matters.
So you guys are walking pretty close to the river, and we'll just say like that's where you are on this map, relatively speaking.
Well, it looks nice with the dusting of snow floating on top and starting to ice over.
Yeah, and you notice something you've seen before, which is a whole lot of bubbles floating down the river.
Oh. Okay.
Like the soap bubbles?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they just sort of float on by, right?
Yep.
Albus
Okay.
Taver washes his hands in the river.
Are we that close to the river? Or?
You guys can be like walking right along the river if you want.
Okay.
Albus, when you like use it, as far as you could tell, it's regular soap.
The water is probably really cold, I bet.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's probably super cold. I probably did it in order to, like, wake myself up or something. Albus Taver is the
Just
type
wash your
to...
face.
Yeah, I'll do that too, actually. Yeah, no, Albus Taver washes himself pretty dutifully. Refreshing. Alright, guys. This is a good find. It's not something you can generally find in civilization here. If only the Redchift was more tameable, this right here would be the perfect spot for maybe a spa or a hot spring. Magically inspired, of course. But soapy waters? Without the need to fund soap? The person who
And
had found the hot
after a
spring
couple
here?
minutes, you see it all just like keeps flowing down.
It's
Disappears.
just the same as before. It's odd, for certain. I wonder if the fish are all right. Probably.
I don't have a fishing pole.
As far as you can see in the water, that they are unaffected.
That's good to know.
There are no dead fish on the surface.
I don't have a net either.
Well, those are a little specialized, but
How would you guys like to spend your night?
Alvis Taver sets himself up in his basket. He's willing to spend whatever watch anybody least wants.
Oh, right. Aranez and Zamar are carrying tents, right?
yes,
Yeah,
I
I saw
believe
mine.
so. Actually,
I'm also carrying, 3 rabbit pelts as well. The basket is lined
Did
with
I-
those
I
rabbit
don't
pelts.
think I bought a tent. I have a bedroll. I think the last time I borrowed one from Lauren.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Somebody else must have gotten the tent.
Yeah.
I did like
Do you wanna grab one before you head out?
Yes. Either.
Well, I've
Talking
got
to-
mine.
Will
if
you
don't-
need help funding that?
It is a 2-person tent.
It's only like what, 2 gold?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, if it's
I
only
think
like
so.
2 gold and you have it, then okay.
Yeah.
I
You
was
should be
worried it
fine.
was something like 10 or something, and I was willing.
Yeah, we could say you bought it before you left.
Yeah.
No.
I forgot last time.
I did buy myself a poncho, though it's not a thing in there. It weighs half a pound, Serb.
Just say, call it a cloak.
Oh, okay. I'll call it a cloak.
It's easier.
It is.
Although you can still make it half weight because you're small.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
SMOL.
It was just
Small.
the kind of shape that's why I called it a poncho.
Yeah.
But no, I did buy that, and I costed a gold because I couldn't find poncho. But if I can find a cloak, I'll do that as well.
Cloak is in there, so go ahead and look that up and just do your math.
Okay.
So yeah, Aranez, if you have a tent now, you guys get all set up. Angela
All these
will
cloaks are magical items.
tent with Aranez, and Zamar is left alone because Alvis prefers his basket.
Basket, cloak, and rabbit pelts, man. It's pretty keen. Nobody suspects it either if you're a bandit. It's just like, oh, it's one of the camp baskets. Let's just kick this over. But, Serb, I
Yes.
type in cloak, and this is literally on the stream. I type in cloak, and all of the cloaks I get are magical items. There
Alright.
is not a mundane cloak here.
Let me take a look for you.
I could
Oh,
also...
Roll 20 is giving me some shit. Yeah, okay, there's no cloak in the compendium. What? Definitely a cloak in the...
There ought to be, anyway.
There's
Give me-
clothes travelers, which probably cloak.
I threw I traded my traveler's clothes to
Yeah,
the
I'm-
dude
I'm
I
sorry.
stole
I was
my
Apparently super
fine
wrong.
clothes from. And
I
that's
could've
why
sworn there was a cloak in here.
that's why I don't Alvis Taver at least doesn't consider that he stole the clothes if you ask him, because he traded the clothes. They obviously weren't being used, and they were there. And so Alvis Taver, having only ever owned one set of clothes in his life, took those clothes and left his old clothes there. He didn't know prestidigitation at the time, so he couldn't have cleaned them. But it was a trade. It was not a steal, in fact.
I guess just go with the robes. Call it a cloak.
Robes.
Well, those certainly feel like a cloak.
Yeah.
Well, I do want a poncho, so I'll go with the robe's price and everything, and
yeah, just
call it a
cut the weight in half because you're small.
sweet. Oh, damn. That's 2 pounds still, but okay.
Yeah. Well, cloth is heavy.
Cloth is heavy. That's where the warmth comes from, so honestly, I
Yeah.
shouldn't complain if it actually gives me warmth. and you count it within my basket, not tent.
Yeah, I will. Okay, what are you guys doing about your food? Angela is all set with her ration.
We are allowed to up ourselves how many before we leave the fort?
You're allowed to top off at 3.
At 3. Okay, so I got 2 rations and I am at 3 now. I will use that if nobody has any other means.
And like
Actually,
the last,
I'll attack.
like the last adventure, I'm setting traps before we go to bed. I think this time it'll be one like small animal snare and then one fishing line, like bury the fishing pole mostly in the dirt, and then
Okay. So why don't you make me a nature check to see how well you can pick a spot or find tracks and stuff.
Okay. Let me use my mental D4 for that one.
Or you know what? That would still be survival. It should be.
Okay. All the same, gonna push this button and then add another D4 on top of that because I said I would.
Nice.
1D4.
Nice potential 25. Oh,
22.
all right.
Yeah.
There's definitely some small game around here. Actually, you imagine you're pretty close to where the first goblin den is. So you imagine this is probably a place they use for hunting. A lot.
Oh, that's right.
So
They live close by here.
yeah, you get to work setting up a snare and putting together a pole. Now, could you give me a second survival check this time with advantage? Because you did really good. To see how well you set these things up.
Sure thing.
Damn.
Hey.
Nice.
Wow, that's a. All right, I've used up all my luck for the
okay.
year.
Yeah, there you go.
I rolled-
Hover over that number, Mr. Green, if you would, for the stream.
It's 2 20s on a check with advantage.
It is.
It's great.
It is.
It's just perfect.
That is beautiful. Whoa.
I know it doesn't get me anything special, but all right. I just feel like I
that's
accomplished something.
That's still a 22. You catch in the morning. You find that your snare has caught a.
Fawn! Give us a fawn!
I was going to say a large beaver.
Oh, damn. A large beaver is good too because of the fucking skin. That's fucking.
Oh, the pelts.
Yeah. That pelt should be.
Before it was just it was like a bunch of rabbits or weasels or something like that. It's nothing that the pelts were really worth keeping on, but beaver might actually be worth something.
Yeah, and you catch
usable for something.
You as well catch pretty hardy fish you find on your line. Just I assume you set it up so it would what would you have it so it would pop out of the water a little bit when it gets a catch?
I think
That's
the
a
way
dead beaver.
the way I would try and set it up would be that the fish swallows the bait and just gets stuck on the hook.
Yeah.
And is swimming around until it basically gets tired out. A little cruel, but
That's fish.
if we want to actually accomplish movement while on the road, can't sit around all day fishing.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
I'll clean both of those in the
Okay.
morning while we break camp, and
And did my measly, feeble attempt compared to his of trying to save my ration do anything? Alvis
Well,
Taver once read about a guy who could whip small birds, and that's what he was trying to do. He was hunting small birds.
I'm not even letting you roll for that
Okay.
one. No, you guys. So Aaron is. I think you're basically okay, everybody eat your rations tonight, and I got you covered for tomorrow. Is basically what's going on.
And Alvis Taver's like, sweet, I'm gonna go hunt small birds. And then he just doesn't get anything. There were no birds. I couldn't hit any that I saw. It was a bad night.
Well, birds they're just a little too fast.
Yeah. Zimar, were you doing anything fun in camp?
No. Probably not. I mean, I don't know. I
Come
would
on.
have been keeping watch, just kind of
Yeah. You watch
making the fire, I guess.
you watch Angela's prayer rituals for a little while. You've seen clerics of Heinhelia around before. They're the you would say like the classical friendly, goodly religious folk. She's she's the goddess of the common people, really. So you have like a vague familiarity with the kind of motion she's making. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be mostly up to you, but I don't think you've ever really like been up close with one of those clerics before. Maybe,
Probably. Well, I mean,
maybe a priest or two, but never like a real cleric who actually
no.
has
Well,
power.
you're saying that it's like the religion of like the common people.
Yeah,
I probably would have interacted with like priests that were like traveling through town.
yeah, definitely. I mean, you've probably had your share of priests who visited the places you used to work and tried to improve the situation of the people there. You've probably also had your share of priests who visited the locations that you've worked, and did not want anybody to know they were there, gambling away their teeths, everything.
Mm.
But she's like super hardcore.
Hola, 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 hola.
A lot. It is the next day. It is the first day of Uthas, the 11th month.
Any kind of celebration you should do? Supposed to play tricks on people or something on this, or is that something? Am I off again?
You might be off a bit, and you guys missed the. I think you guys missed the equinox. No, things happened on the equinox. What was that? That was Ruby. Ruby appeared on the autumn equinox.
Yeah. I wasn't there though.
Like occasionally people will do festivities in the fort for little festivals. But I mean, as far as big ones go, nothing today. You guys may proceed with your day.
Where are we going? That little square over there?
Yep. Angela says yep.
I'll move myself the first time. Bam.
I just moved
Albus,
us all at once, but
Albus takes the free hex. You got 3 more.
2, 3, 4. Alright, so roll 4 times? Or 3 times?
3 times.
Yeah. /R 1d20.
See what you get. Okay. Hey, could you do me the special encounter roll?
That's 1d12, 1d8?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. /R 1d12. That's an exclamation point. 1d.
Yeah, don't worry, Ombwa. I know where they are. But yes, he makes a fine point in your chat. Alright. It is midday. when you guys, well, I gotta pull you over to a new page.
Sweet, sweet. Gotta make 2 more rolls then.
Ooh.
Those future rolls don't count.
They count. Don't
Oh,
worry.
oh.
Sorry to dis.
I like making more rolls though. It makes everybody else anticipate more suffering for our sake. And I like suffering. At least in D&D.
Color going on.
Have we reached the White Plains of Nirvana? Is that what this is? Did we win?
Oh, whoops.
Did Alvis Taver bring us to Xanadu? Oh, never mind. It's green here.
It's green now. Gotta get you boys on this map. And girl. Why is Elvis Tapper small all the time?
Because I am 2 feet 4.
And you guys are the wrong size too.
Not even 3 feet tall.
Arrange yourselves however you want to be arranged. Let me make sure everything is correct. You guys should have sight and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Where's Keen?
Keen and Angela?
Oh yes, Keen needs to be on the map. Thank you.
Keen and Angela. I won't ask for the hand to be on the map, but I will say for encounter's sake that
There we go.
Alvis Taver traditionally keeps...
We were traveling north, right?
I think so,
Sorry,
yeah.
the hand.
Okay.
Yeah, Alvis Taver traditionally keeps his hand on board 24/7, all the time.
Oh, don't worry. We'll just put that. That's on you to keep track of, really.
Okay, cool. I always feel as if the responsible player should tell you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Grab him by
Okay.
No.
So, is this how you guys want to be arranged? I would like you to determine this before we get things really moving.
I think so.
There you
Well,
go.
I don't really know.
I mean, I'm fine where I am.
I figured I would be bringing up the rear a little bit.
Okay.
That said, we have plenty of space to spread out. It's not
Yeah.
as if we're walking.
Yeah, like you
A
guys
path,
don't have to be walking. Yeah, you're not on a path. You guys don't have to be walking within like 5 feet of each other. Angela wants to. She likes walking. But
Actually, that is wise. We'll do this, remember. There you go.
okay. Now here's what you guys get to deal with.
Is it a giant?
Nice! Cyclops! You can reason with those guys.
It is a giant quartet of
Quartet.
nothing.
Those. Oh. I thought that one ranger said that they were moving southeast. As in their giant mephits?
No, just it's just a quartet of them.
Okay.
Now, I have a question for all of you. How many of you speak Primordial?
No.
I speak Undercommon and Giant and Gnomish.
If you had giant or goblin, that'd be fine, but no.
Oh, you speak Goblin as well?
I do.
Okay, that's great. Oh, so it's a good thing that you're coming on this mission then.
It's mostly just picked up, maybe not fluently, but
Yeah, no, it
Certainly-
makes sense. You've interacted with them.
yeah, certainly picked some things up as they
So,
chased them around.
you basically bump into these methods, and
Why,
the,
hello there.
there's a pair of smoky ones and a pair of red drippy ones, and
Would you like to trade blows?
Well, they are they're just kind of floating along. One of them is carrying what looks to be a bit of silver, and the two on the left, are like wrestling with the bit of silver between them just as they fly. And then one of the magma ones spots you, points at you, says something in a language you don't understand, flies over to the other two of them on the other side, slaps them around a bit, directs their attention to you, and then they roll initiative. And so do you.
Oh, okay then. Gonna push that button.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me get Montlarin out of here. Anybody else?
He's our summon for the battle.
Yeah.
I yell at him in Gnomish that they're tiny, and...
Albus, that was Keen's initiative?
Oh, that was Keen's initiative. Weird. I didn't...
You must have had her token selected. Select your token and then roll it. Okay, no, you know what? You rolled with a +4, so that should be yours. So you should have 13. Just roll again for Keen with whatever her plus is.
Okay, and you'll take away the Elvis.
I'll give you the 13, and then we'll get Keen whatever she's got.
Okay. How do I get her sheet up? That's +1, I think. Yeah.
Right under yours. She should have an initiative button. Oh boy, Roll20 has decided it's done with my shit.
Oh, good.
Where's the initiative on a regular character? There it is.
Oh, there it is. I know where it is now. Bam. I just gotta press this button here, and then I gotta press this button here with the press the overdovo, and then I go, what down? You attempt to use a roll command looking for a valued token. Oh, well, eat my butthole. How about this? There you go. Wow. Well done. What a good rat. That's with a +0, I think.
Nice. You know what? I do want to be able to see these methods health bars, so I'm just going to change the background color real quick. If Roll20 would ever work. We took so long to get to actual game content that Roll20 is already not working. So you guys are going to have to give me a minute to restart Firefox. So
It's fine.
just 1 second.
I'm actually gonna go run and grab water really quick.
Alright, that sounds like a great idea.
Does Keen still look like a oily mess?
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. Sorry about hitting the mic too. That was a accident. I'm gonna go and get some water as well. BRB.
Okay, yeah, if we want to do like a quick break for everybody, now's the time. I better grab some water as well, because I'm running.
All right, I'm back.
Okie dokie.
Righteous. So
Who's not ready?
I guess I
I'm
should
all
be
set.
playing combat music.
Although I'm like last in the initiative order. Second to last. Perfect.
Oh yeah, let me get us all sorted
Whoop.
here. Whoop. There we go. So, in case you guys haven't seen what these look like, go ahead and that show the players?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. This, you three already had the one for this. I forgot. Yeah, that was you guys.
That
All right.
odd drippy thing.
What are you talking about?
I tried to give you guys the handout again, but I didn't realize you,
I don't see anything unless it's like a.
It's in the handouts folder.
Is it a small dragon or a figure?
No, it's the odd drippy thing and the odd smoky thing.
I do not have those.
You don't?
No.
Oh yeah, you don't. Hang on.
It's because I wasn't there for that one.
Why won't it work then?
I got you, Bet. Don't worry.
Oh, because I opened Roll20 again and now it's lagging again. Cool.
Well,
I'm gonna hit this button once, and it didn't do anything. So I'm gonna hit edit. You know what the problem is? I think it's because I left the Twitch chat open and it didn't actually work. So let me close that and then redo this whole thing completely. Sorry, Twitch chat. I have to say goodbye for now. I'll log in if the players start monologuing for long enough.
Don't worry. Got the son of Ombois here.
Yeah. Voice, you've betrayed me. I don't want to comment too hard on how bad Roll20 is being. Otherwise, I might get banned from it by Nolan T,
Wow.
co-founder of Roll20.
Wow.
There we go. Now this piece of shit works.
Hey.
alright, I see the odd drippy thing. Or that odd drippy thing and that odd smoky thing.
There you go.
Perfecto. They weird and grimy.
Yeah. Alright, let's do this. So, first, the one holding a bit of treasure gets to do a thing. So it tosses the bit of treasure over to the other smoke method. And, it takes its turn to fly at you guys. Good. Well, actually, what it's going to do is it's going to fly up, kind of like in floating around Zimar's area, and it breathes in and puffs up its chest in a really like unnatural looking way that suggests that these creatures are not really structurally sound, and blasts Zamar with just a billowing cloud of smoke. So why don't you make me a dexterity saving throw, Mr. Fighter?
Will do. I thought I had my character sheet open on another window already. I guess I don't. There it is.
Ooh. So you are blinded, which means... Oh, roll 20's lagging up a storm again. We've got like 8 tokens on the field. It's too much for it to handle. Can I like make this higher priority or something?
I'd want to say yeah.
Yeah, okay, Firefox. Set priority high, please. Do it.
Resource management, what is?
Come on, computer. Maybe this will help. Alright. Alright, so, blinded creatures can't see and automatically fail any ability check that requires sight, and attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. So you can still attack, you can't see. So you are basically covered in just this gross smoke. It's like sticky, and it's in your eyes, and you're just like, ah, oh, so that's what's happening there.
Ew.
And that'll be until the end of that method's turn, next turn. So it's your turn now. So again, you're free to attack. You kind of know where this thing is, so like if you wanted to move, you'd be able to, but you'll have disadvantage.
Even with the disadvantage, I don't really see a better plan here than to just stumble forward and try to attack still.
Okay, yeah. So you stumble forward through the cloud of smoke and ram that glaive in the general direction of that method.
Oh, is it a 10-foot reach on a
It
glaive?
sure is.
Yeah.
Or,
So
I
give me
guess
that
5
tap
foot
that.
of reach.
disadvantage button, and then give me the roll.
Yeah, reach is pretty
Yeah.
cool, man.
Well, except for the fact that it doesn't help trigger sneak attack at all.
No.
Yeah. That's what Keen's for.
But she dies in one hit.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so she doesn't get seen first.
That's gonna be a nope, dog.
Yeah, that's fair.
it's very much surprise.
Yeah, you're flailing at nothing right now. It really stings in the eyes. Keen's up.
Alright, Keen, shit, I thought I had Keen's character sheet up. Let me go check here. Yep, I do. Keen's speed is 20 feet. 5, 10, 15,
Oh, these
20.
things are flying, by the way, so they're like up by 5 feet.
Actually, I was right there. 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. Keen is going to crawl up my compatriot's body.
Okay, Zamar, you're being attacked.
You're
As
not-
far as you can tell.
It's a rat! It's nothing violent about it.
Yeah. Okay. Please continue.
Okay. So, Zamar, a rat is crawling up to you, and it's hanging out on your shoulder right now. It's not doing much of anything yet. It's just doing that for now.
Alrighty. Good to
So
know.
yeah, you feel something horrible crawl up.
Yeah, in the middle of me already being blind and thrashing around, now I feel something run up my entire body.
Yeah.
Remember that Keen's general body feel is not that of an ordinary rat. So you do have the feeling of small,
she's also
tiny paws upon your flesh, but you
really,
also...
like sticky, slimy shit.
Yeah, as if like sleek oil was touching your skin, but could also move away from it as well.
Okay, the magma method on the right, you see it shout something at the smoke method behind it. And then it starts moving forward itself. Oh, hold on. Something wrong about this? No. Okay. For some reason, this character sheet has innate spellcasting attached to it, but these things can't cast innate spells, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway, this thing is going to zip forward 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is just close enough to get Albus Taver in this fire breath.
How about you fuck off?
How about you make a dex save?
Damn, okay.
It's only 6 damage.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you take 3 damage. It's fine.
What does the recharge 6 mean?
Oh, well, that's for me. But basically what that means is if you ever see that on a monster, it means at the start of their turn, they roll a d6. And if they hit whatever that number range is, on some of them it'll be something different, not just a 6.
On like legendary creatures, it's recharge 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Or 5 to 6.
So they do that. They roll the d6 at the beginning of their turn, and if they get that ability back. Otherwise they don't get it back until they roll that.
Okay.
So it's a cool like in combat random chance ability for them to recharge. It can make things very swingy. But yeah.
That's pretty cool though. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you take that 3 fire damage, Albus.
Yep. That's the blue circle, yeah?
Should be, yeah.
Cool. There we go. Yep, it is. I saw it correspond on my character sheet.
Good. Okay, and then Angela's gonna take a turn. So she has some good stuff. Mostly though, she's going to wave her prayer beads, and some of them glow a little bit. And seeing Zemar harassed by this smoke method, she's going to try to blast it with a little sacred flame.
Hola, 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 hola.
Oop. That's a decent roll. Let's see how the method does. Dex save. Sucks at it. Takes 5
Not
damage.
bad.
Nice.
Ooh, roll 20 still lagging. Gonna take me about 10 more seconds to type in this -5 on that health bar. I'd probably be better off getting a notebook.
That smoke method was the one that she attacked?
Yeah.
Okay. For whenever it becomes my turn.
That took way too long, Nolan T. Yeah, and then she feels pretty safe back there, so she's just gonna hang back. And then Albus, you're up.
Cool. I get to move, what is it, 25? So that's 5, 10, 15.
As long as you're not encumbered.
Yeah. I am encumbered, I think.
Then
So
you
I
get to move
10.
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah,
15's cool.
-10.
Yep, nope, 15's cool. I get to move there, and I will attack with me whip. With me whip. It has reach.
Okay, you're attacking the smoke one.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
of course.
16 will hit, and
It only does 5.
Yeah,
No sneak
yeah, you get a
damage.
nice 5 damage in there.
That would be this corresponding spawned. There you go.
Okay, and is that everything you'd like to do on your turn?
Yeah, I can't attack a second time, can I? I'm pretty sure I can.
If you have a light weapon in your offhand, and the whip is a light weapon as well, right?
Yeah, so if I'm only wielding a whip.
If you're only wielding a whip, you could pull out a dagger, right?
Yeah, could I throw that?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Again, whips are light weapons, aren't they?
I don't think they are, actually. We
let
actually
me
had
double
this...
check.
I think we had this
We
conversation
probably
last
had this
Sunday.
conversation.
They are not. They are finesse, but they aren't light.
Okay, so no, you can't do anything else on your turn when you use a whip. Not
Okay.
yet.
Nope. And I don't think I can cast a spell either. Not one
No,
that
you
I
wouldn't.
want.
Unless it was a bonus action.
Yeah, nah. I could dash
Alright.
15 feet, couldn't I?
You could use your cunning action to dash, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that. Here.
Okay, where would you like to dash to?
1, 2, 3. So that's 5, 10, 15. I'll dash right 10, 15. I'll dash right here.
Okay.
Do a little shimmy around Zamar, pat him on the back a little bit. Pat him right on his
lucky
legs.
For you, you guys aren't close enough to be in range of this magma method. His fire breath. So it's actually going to take a dash to kind of get up in your face and get around there. So they're trying to corner you. And Irenaeus, you're up.
All right. I'm just gonna skirt over this way, and take a shot at the injured, fairly substantially injured smoke method.
Go for it.
Let's see. Roll, set to normal. Click the short bow button.
All right, yeah.
All right, everybody.
That's a hit.
Here is my
now that
plan.
doesn't count as a sneak attack, right?
Correct.
If
Okay.
these attacks happen well,
But that's a
Keen
good.
is
That's
going
a
to
good
move
6
over
damage.
here and
So
start
you do that.
flanking
thing's
this
looking,
guy right here.
Pretty
Flanking
wispy.
that guy. Alvis Tavern.
Not
Next
in good
turn,
health.
if
Bits
he
of
is
it,
still
chunks
in
of it
good
are
health,
falling apart.
we'll
Smoke
be
is
able to
kinda
get
rising,
sneak attack
into
upon
air,
the
fading
magma.
away.
This guy has been taken out, like I assumed, which is pretty damn good on Zamar. Not
And
Zamar,
do you intend to do anything
Irenaeus.
else? You also
Good job,
have your-
Irenaeus.
I also have my cunning action. Let me make sure that it does what I think it can do.
Dash,
So-
disengage, or hide. Right?
Yeah, okay. It would be 2 broken if dodge was on cunning action.
Yeah, it would.
Let's see. I moved 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. There's not. I mean, I can try and just sort of. It's midday. Not gonna try and hide. There's nothing to hide.
You're kind of in the open.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just move back and just try and stay out of stay out of range of everyone else.
Okay. So you guys see the far away smoke method, the one carrying the treasure. It flies away.
Asshole!
Whoops! I can't get it now. It let me move it off screen. All right, there we go.
Wow, it's mutated. Oh.
So yeah, that one flies away.
Damn it. There goes our treasure.
And this friend needs to roll a d6. Hey, look at that!
It's a 6.
It is a 6. So you know what he's gonna do?
Cackle.
He's gonna cackle, and he's gonna fly around next to this magma one. And Zimar, you can't see this, but he basically like taps him and does like a watch this, and blasts a smoke breath onto both of you guys. So this probably doesn't require sight for the ability check. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would it require sight to make a dex save for that?
Am I gonna get more blind?
You
Well-
could get blinded again.
It's not an ability check.
Saving our saving throws not ability checks.
I don't remember, to be
I think
totally
they're
honest.
special ability checks.
Run it how you want.
Yeah.
I'm going by
I
the wording on the...
I would
the
probably
conditions list.
say, unless you guys have an argument against it, this one would probably require you to see it to try to save against dodge it.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Zimar, you're blinded
Yeah.
still. You get blasted again. You're like just clearing it out of your eyes, and then you just see another wave of smoke come at you. And Alvis, that oh well, okay. So that first one was for Keen.
Yep, as you can see, I highlighted over the number. That is +0 for Keen's dex roll.
DC.
And mine is a +4. I got 22.
So Keen gets blasted with that, and she just like topples off of Zimar's shoulder.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And you are fine though. You managed to avoid this.
My rat, no. So how does that work if I'm trying to? Oh wait, okay, no, I'm seeing through her eyes. So yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything. All right.
Are you trying to see through her eyes?
No, I'm not. I was wondering how that
Okay.
would work, and then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, no, logic dictates I wouldn't see anything.
Got it. Zimar, you're up.
Oh boy.
You are miserable.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess in the middle of me hacking and coughing and trying to just get all of this smoke crap off me, I'll just stumble towards him again and try to make another swing.
All right. Let's see it.
I'm assuming like I got like a general idea of the direction that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
Swing
like a
left!
blast. It's like a blast wave. Elvis Caver's screaming in your ear. So yeah.
Swing
10
left!
o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Move up here
All right.
and attack. It's like trying disadvantage on still. Hold on.
Yep. A 12 will in fact hit.
Damn, well done.
Oh, thank God.
So you managed to squeeze your way in there and just like you feel it connect, and then Alvis, you see this thing burst into smoke on the tip of the glaive. In fact, it leaves a heavily obscured area of smoke in the spot where it died.
Wow.
Is it a windy day?
Not windy enough to disperse it immediately. Come on now. All I want to do is type a 0 in its health. Okay. There we go. And now it's Keen's turn, unless Zimar wants to do anything else.
No, I'm good.
Cool.
What does blind do again?
It makes you automatically fail anything that relies on sight, and your attacks have disadvantage, and attacks on you have advantage.
Oh,
Cool.
Wait,
Keen,
really quick.
really
What?
quick. What does he want to do?
Yeah, no, well, because the blinded thing said I was blind until the end of its next turn, but now it's dead. So when would that?
It'll be it'll just be right before your next turn that you get it
I
back.
just wanted to find
Yeah.
that out. Sorry.
Same initiative count, basically. Conveniently enough, it's right before you. So,
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
oh, you're all good. How
Um,
is, what's your mouse going to do?
it's a rat. Thank you very much. Rat, and it's much bigger
Yes.
than a mouse. But yeah, so it can still move, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Keen is gonna go in the direction of burning, burning, just sort of magna kind of thing, and just sort of cower right there.
Okay.
Squeak! That's what happens.
All right. Well, this magma method over here gets to roll a d6. He does
Not enough.
get to recharge his fire breath, happily enough for Angela, because if it did, it was going to come in here anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, and give her a little swipe.
Paladin! No!
I think she's a cleric.
She is a cleric.
Yes,
Her
she is a
AC
cleric.
is not 15. So she takes a few damage from that.
What are you trying to say, sir? What are you trying to say about that 15 armor class? So you're saying that, like, paladins get 15 armor class
As soon
or
as
something?
Roll20 allows me to update her health, we'll
Or,
progress the whole
are you
thing.
pointing out that I have a 15 armor class and I could be defending it? What are you trying to point out here?
So yeah, she gets this thing swipes its magma claw across her body. She dances out of the way of it. It catches part
know
of
I
her coat and like singes the sleeve a little bit. She is going to retaliate with a bit of a she whips out her mace, and the mace glows bright, and you hear her cry some very rapid prayer. Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh, dear lord.
Damn!
and she slams the shit out of this method. Now,
What's a good spell for that one? Magical.
she basically like takes off half of this thing's body with a mace sweep. So it's just like a pair of arms and a torso and its head and wings, just like floating and flapping. It looks very unhappy to be alive right now.
Oh, then I'll just do this one. By the power of her magics, it sounds like.
And now you're up, Albus.
Sweet. This thing is dead, yay?
Yeah, it's got the skull on it.
This thing is being flanked by Keen, eh?
Yeah, I would say it's low enough to the ground at this point that it counts. It's paying attention to Keen, basically.
I'm gonna whip it over here, and in Gnomish, I'm gonna yell at it. Alright, pay attention to somebody your own size.
Okay.
Which wouldn't be me.
So
but
you have a sneak attack, but not advantage.
no,
correct.
absolutely not. No advantage. But sneak attack.
All right, that'll do a hit. Yeah. So you do your full 12 damage to this thing. That's pretty solid.
Was pretty solid.
How would you like this whip to experience contact with the method?
I want it to grab its nose and give it a good yank.
Okay, so you like, yeah.
I've been working on my trick shots.
You wrap it around its long nose and just kind of like yank it to the ground, so it splats down and little bits of magma splash all over the place. It just tries to flap back up and extricate itself from you, and while doing so, it blasts you with some fire breath so that it can get out of your grasp. Oh, nice 4. Good roll, guy.
Great roll. Great.
Oh, that's a 2d6 even. All right, so you take 2 fire damage. This thing is not shit.
Ow.
Ooh, ah.
Ah.
It's like
It stings a little bit.
Okay.
Aranese, you're up.
Okay. Well, that one method by Angela is looking pretty
Yeah. That
pretty
thing is
beat down. So let's
falling the heck apart.
deal with that one. Just 1, 2. There.
Oh, and I just want to note this one's actually gonna like run a little bit closer to Albus.
Okay.
You want to get maternal? Let's
I'm
do
still
something.
hitting this one, and I think it explodes.
It sure does.
Oh boy.
Kaboom.
Yeah, so let me just wait for Nolan T to let me set this thing's health to 0. And I'm going to have to reset the whole system again when we get to the actual event location. So this thing, you strike it in the head, and it causes some reaction in the method, such that it kind of wraps its arms in on itself and then suddenly expands and just pops. And magma comes showering down on Angela. And she fails her dex save, so she takes a 5 damage.
She's been pretty bad with those.
Yeah, dex is not her strongest point.
It isn't with most clerics, no.
No. So she's a couple bits of magma like plop onto her and sear, and she tries to like brush them off quickly before they can burn. She's looking a little ragged, but she looks up at you and says, "Good job. Just be careful with those. It looks like they explode."
Yeah, try and stay far away from them.
So, do you want to do anything else on your turn, Aaron?
I think that's gonna be it for me. I'm probably just going to move. I move 2 spaces back over here.
All right.
Just so this thing is sort of surrounded on all sides.
Yeah. Zamar, you are no longer blind.
My God.
Hey, and you get a sneak
What
attack.
would you like to do? You can see and you can fight.
Well, we haven't hit this other fire thing yet at all, have we?
Oh no, Elvis fucked him up.
I did 12 points of damage.
Alright. Well, after seeing the other one detonate on Angela, hold on. I wanted
12.
You might
try
not
and-
have seen that, by the way. You were pretty distracted by the soot in your eyes.
Yeah, by being blind, it was awesome.
Well, she called it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, I wanted to try and, I guess, shove this one away from Aldous.
Okay.
Do I still need to be, like, up close to it, even though my weapon has reach?
Yeah, shoving, I believe, is a special type of grapple.
Oh.
So you would make a grapple attack, which would be an athletics check versus this thing's, what would it use? Acrobatics. And then if you win, you would get to push it 5 feet.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and do that then, and push it to the southwest a bit.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. So you'll have to move up to it within adjacent, and then make an athletics check. This one will make the dex check. He gets a 6. Your athletics is probably more than that.
Yeah. Oh, that one's not disadvantage.
That was with disadvantage.
Even with disadvantage.
Do you want me to do it again, or?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
That
okay,
wins.
figured.
So yeah, you push it. You bat it with the haft of your glaive
Alright.
and send him spiraling off in a direction.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and do my action surge, and then make an actual attack against it as well.
Cool. Okay, sounds good. Let's see it. Oh, that will not hit though.
Oh.
You missed.
Sad.
Round back to Keen.
My master's flesh is burning. Are you okay? I'm still blind.
She's not blind anymore.
Oh, she's not blind. Alright. Well, she did that.
You're sure you want to put her there? Just checking.
Well, if I put her here, right,
Yeah.
then I'll get that whole, sneak attack thing, but if this thing ploops, then
Yeah.
Keen might also die.
She would.
So I'm putting her right there.
Okay, I just want you to know that you've seen these things do fire breath too.
Okay, I'll put her right here. Good point. That's
I'm-
substantially more away. Yeah. I see
I'm
what you're
giving
saying.
you this non-neutral advice. So here we go. Let's see if it can even use the fire breath. Nope.
I'm afeared of the fire breath.
Okay, but it actually looks around at the 4 of you and sees the remains of its comrades and takes stock for half a second and then zips over your guys' heads trying to fly away.
Attack of opportunity. Attack of opportunity.
Go for it. Alright, you deal 6, which is not quite enough to kill it.
Damn.
Do I make one as well? Or...
You can use your reaction to make an attack of opportunity as it leaves your range.
Alright. I keep fucking closing my character sheet. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Just double click. Double click and it minimizes.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll work.
There we go.
You get him. And you're using a glaive, so you actually get him far enough away so that he pops out of range.
Well done.
Pop, pop.
Magma sprays around, all around the area. You hop out of the way before it touches you at all, and
Fireworks.
yeah, bloody hot, dangerous fireworks. Oh, they're already dangerous, I guess. And you've defeated the methods. You see no sign of the other smoky one anymore. It's long gone.
It would be. It would be. These other methods probably don't have much on them, though, right?
They were all empty-handed.
Yeah.
They don't leave much behind in terms of remains either. Nothing really collectible.
No, not really.
The magma hardens rather quickly, and the smoke dissipates.
Collect my rat, and good job, everybody.
Good job, everyone.
You seem worse for wears?
I'll be fine. I think I just need to take a little rest. He got me pretty good, but nothing, just nothing more than a scratch, really.
Well then, let's take a little rest before we continue.
Yeah. Well, we already know what's gonna happen, so you guys can head over to your nighttime camp.
Nighttime.
Was
All right.
up here in these hills.
Yes. Just gonna set up another trap. There's no real river to be by this time around, so.
Correct. All right. Why don't you go ahead and make me a survival check to look for good game. You're having a hard time finding
Makes sense.
anything around here. You can make the trap setting roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
You still
so,
want to try. That'll be another survival.
I think it's just better to eat. Not have to worry about it and not be out for too late in these strange hills.
Okay.
So if I use one of these rations,
Well, you got
Oh,
food from
that's
last
right.
time,
That's
right?
tomorrow.
So yeah,
Right.
you guys are all set for today.
Okay. But yeah, still rations for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm just marking it now before I forget eventually.
Cool. Okay.
Does this look like the kind of place mushrooms would grow?
Not the ones that Soriana described.
Okay.
If you guys would like to take a short rest as your night passes uneventfully, you may.
I shall. Bam.
Angela's going to. It still says she's at 15 health for some reason. She'd be at 5. So she's good.
Huh. Still says I'm at 12 health, too.
Oh, I guess it didn't update your sheet correctly. Sorry about that. Well, no, you should have been at 12. Right? Or were you at 10?
No. I don't think I was at 10. How much did I take? I took, from 17. Okay, I could be at 12. How much does the short rest give you?
Short rest allows you to spend your hit dice.
Oh. Well,
You
then
can spend any number of hit dice any number of time. So spend as many as you want until you're up to whatever health you want.
yeah.
So Angela's gonna do. Yeah, that could almost fill her up.
And
She'll
you roll
probably
those,
spend both
right?
of them. If you click the D whatever that it is
Yeah.
in the hit dice box, it'll bring up how many you want to spend,
Ah, okay.
and then
Oh, damn.
yeah, okay, so there's your 8 health. And then just mark down that you've consumed it. You regain half of your hit dice on a long rest. So if you were to spend more than one of them, you'd only get one back for the next time you attempt.
Okay.
So Angela's going to go ahead and spend both of hers. She's at full health.
Where do I mark down that I used it? Just in the hit dice place?
Yeah, just
Okay.
decrement your counter there.
Alright. Just making sure.
Yeah, so she gets her breath back overnight, all you guys are good to go. Shall we step into the location?
Yeah, our first step is free, so there we go.
There we go.
Oh, it's such a
Sounds
wonderful morning.
Whoop.
Yeah, pretty nice.
All right, so I'm gonna put you guys on the map.
Oh, map is. Oh gosh, many goats. Big goats.
Yeah. Your tokens are like slightly the wrong size. Alright, arrange yourselves how you will. Let me make sure that these things are... Oh, there we go. Yeah, this thing is, AC is fine. HP was not set. Speed. There we go. Let me make sure all your tokens are properly set. Yep, AC, HP, and speed, you're all good. Show the nameplate.
Goats. Wow. Giant goats. That's crazy. What in the world? Giant goats. I'm not high enough for this. Albus Taver rubs his eyes. No, I'm joking. He can't see anything. I'm assuming that's a wall in his way.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty early in the morning too, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Isn't it like midday?
Yeah, it's you probably like 10 a.m. or so by the time you guys get here. So you got Angela has directions roughly, and she leads you guys through a sort of valley, and she tells you on the way, these goblins have set up a camp in the valley. They've got it fortified. I haven't visited them yet, but I was told by the other chief what to look for, and they should be expecting us. They sent some messengers up here to let them know we'd be coming sometime soon. So I think we need to go talk to them in here, and we need to make sure that that we deal with this no problem. So,
Well, Angela, since you're best informed, would you like to take point on this?
sure.
I have no idea who we're looking for, if we're even looking for any one person in particular. So,
Do we want to present them with some kind of gift or something?
wouldn't the gift be taking away the?
Yes.
Right. No,
Our services are the gift.
I guess. I was just wondering, just to refine current relations.
So tokens all set. So you guys approach, and Wise Keen all the way over there.
What do you mean?
She moved very far for a second.
Very far? Oh. Everybody moved very far here for a second. That was amazing.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm moving you guys around. So you see that they have this camp fortified behind relatively fairly rugged wooden barriers. hammered into the higher points of the valley, there are large posts with rope tied around them, and dangling from that rope are various bits. Some of them are just flat planks, but others look to be crates that have stuff in them. You're not really sure what purpose this is. If it's some kind of storage, it's an extremely novel form of it. But it looks intentional, and it looks like it was rather well built. You also spot a small fenced-in area with a couple of very large goats in it, and you see the sort of farming supplies, buckets, and a trough and everything that you'd expect around a domesticated beast. On the left side of the camp are a whole bunch of tents, which again for a lot of them is a fairly generous term. Most of them are just some animal skin sewn together and slung up over a stick. There's a couple of bigger ones. There are a lot of goblins milling about, and when you guys walk in, some of them see you and start raving in Goblin, and Irenaeus, you can understand it. So they're basically saying, "Hey, the humans are here. The humans are here. Go tell the chief." And a couple of them run off, and you hear mutters about. They're just like, "Oh, finally, somebody's here to help."
Angela, what are the finer details of this language so I can learn it?
Well, she says it's kind of weird. They have a lot of words that mean that sound the same but mean completely different things, and there's a lot of inflections and growling added to it. But don't worry, I'll be able to translate for you for sure. It sounds like they're glad to see us. We should go talk to the chief. She'll be a bugbear, probably living in that bigger tent over there.
Bugbear?
Yeah, they're the really big.
Bugbears are goblins?
Oh, yeah. You didn't know that?
No. Interesting. Weird.
Yeah, I guess I don't think any of them speak common, so I guess it's not really weird to talk about. But bugbears are, they're fully sexually mature goblins. And I mean, did you at least know that goblins reproduce asexually?
What? They're not just like plants that sprout out of the ground?
She eye glazes for like half a second, and you see cogs moving in the head, and then she's back. And no. See, when a goblin, usually it's when they have access to enough food, and they eat enough. Well, have you ever noticed that all goblins are male?
Yeah, that's... I just assumed that maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention, that some of them were just really, well, I'm sure they're attractive to... Go on.
Well, they're all male until they until they turn into a bugbear. Then they spontaneously turn female, and then they start spontaneously giving birth to goblins.
So the male goblins don't even get any?
I guess not.
Well, no wonder there's
I
so...
haven't asked, though.
Yeah, you did say there was a lot of spontaneity to it. And in my experience, it's not exactly how it turns out, but I don't know with goblins. They are, quite a pent-up species. And, you know, now that you say it, all these guys do look like buggers, so...
Well, I discourage you from asking. Maybe you can ask the Nilbog when we bring him home with us.
Oh. Legendary neurotoxin has an interesting suggestion. But yeah, absolutely. That's a good idea. I could also learn the language as well. I'm certainly interested.
You guys continue walking through the camp, and you walk past a central bonfire, which is currently smoldering and mostly out. And at this time, a couple of the goblins have gone over to the bugbear chief, and gotten her out of her tent. Welcome back, Seymour. She comes up to you and says, Irenaeus, again, this is something you can understand, so you and Angela might be out front.
I think so.
Can I attempt something?
Sure. What is it?
Alvis Taver says, Ba weep gra na weep ninibong.
Uh-huh.
Does it work?
So Serbiu doesn't know Goblin. You can make a...
It's the universal greeting.
Where did you hear that?
Ba weep grog na weep ninibong.
No, I mean that it's a universal greeting.
Transformers.
What?
It's the universal greeting.
Okay. They look at you weird.
Damn. Okay.
Not that weird, though, because for all they know, you're just speaking common.
Or gnome.
Yeah. And the bugbear says, you're here. You are the ones from the south. Yes?
Yes.
My tribesmen from the south told me you'd be coming.
Good. That saves us a bit of time and explaining.
Right. You should already know what the issue is then. There is a creature. One of my subordinates has gone and gotten himself afflicted with the Nilbog madness. And we thought, as long as we're trying to form this cooperation between our two tribes, we would ask you for help. Please help.
Well, that is what we're here to take care of, right, Angela?
Yeah, so she says, where is the Nilbog? And the bugbear says, she just shakes her head and says, we can't find him. He's lost again. He's got to be somewhere here, but we have no idea where. He disappears every time we think we get close to stopping him. And at that point, as though like clockwork, you see the Nilbog dancing on this staircase which leads up to the top area of the valley. And he cackles a whole lot. And
Creepy
Okay.
looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
hang on, let me see if I can just like do this maybe.
I can see the
No.
token now. I was just zoomed out. That's
Yeah, I was trying to like here we go. Save file. That's it. Yeah, that's. Yeah, there he is.
Creepy looking motherfucker.
Look at that.
I want that staff though. Can I have that?
Look at that really good boy. You can certainly try to take it. So this thing is cavorting up on the scaffold, and the bugbear says, "Oh no. You should watch out." And she just turns around and starts roaring at her goblins. Clear the way. Get out of his range of effect. Don't go near him.
I want to tell it a joke.
All right. So the way we're gonna do this is because the Nilbog is very what one might say hostile in general.
It's
Although
just start with an initiative order.
we're just gonna do some initiative, and then we'll do what happens from there, even if it's not directly combat.
Oh.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I think so. Let's see. Click, click.
Can take Keen off of him.
Oh, jeez.
Nicely done.
Well,
Nicely done. Albus goes first.
Oh, I forget you need to click your token.
I'm sorry.
whatever. Oh no, we all get to act before the Nilbog.
All right then. Yeah, you have your turn order.
Oh, that's right. Action Surge recharges on a short rest too.
It sure does.
Nice. All right, so I'm not first.
Yes, I am first. I do want to give myself a second because I want to do something really that I think is smooth here, but
All right.
just give me a second. I need to look something up. Very specifically, goblin related. What was that? There it is. Nah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay. So, Angela, you can speak goblin, right?
Yeah.
All right. I want to tell it a joke. Maybe it'll
Okay.
come with us if I can tell it a joke, right?
Well, I am willing to try.
Present me as a jester. Present me to him like he's like some kind of royalty. Do it. He'll eat it up. Look at that guy. And I point over to him.
Sir Nilbog,
Take a step up. Take a step up. Keep fucking.
A jester in our party. Wouldn't you like to hear something from him?
A joke.
A joke. He has a joke for you. Would you like to hear it?
I lay down actually a couple of gold coins on the ground, just spattering. I can't draw right there. Bing. Boom.
The Nilbog peers over the edge. He looks interested.
Alright. So I say, once upon a time,
Angela translates for you as you go.
Yeah. And I tell him a really long, shaggy dog, right? About this caravan and about this guy who really wanted to be on the caravan, but, instead, because he complained about the cooking, ended up being the cook. And in retaliation, in order to get somebody else to, become the cook, he made a pie made of shit, right? And the punchline to the joke is basically the old cook going, "My God, this is moose turd pie," and going, "It's good though." And at the very punchline of the joke, right, I want to throw down some really tiny, pies, right? Really, really tiny pies and a feather, right?
Yeah. All right.
And that's why I had to step up a little bit too, and I'm casting that.
I understand. All right.
And I waved the feather in the air as the punchline is said, and I threw the pies down.
I thought this guy had some kind of like resist or like saving throw advantage, but he totally doesn't. So okay.
But you're the DM. You can just give him saving throw advantage if you.
Yeah, but I don't want to make him overpowered unfairly. He's got plenty of stuff to give him a good time over here.
You don't have your spell save DC.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Elvis.
So what are we looking at for that?
Spell saves. Crap. That's
8 plus 2 plus int mod.
Yeah, it's plus int mod. So this should be my DC. It's 12 plus. Wait, it's plus my attack?
No, it's
No.
8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your int modifier.
Okay.
So 10 plus int.
Okay, so it's 12. It should be this.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's have him do a roll.
Yeah, it
He
should be that.
fails by a lot.
Oof.
So, incapacitated and unable to stand up. So yeah, he falls on his ass on the scaffolding and starts laughing to himself wildly.
Manacle him. There, and I spent one of my spells, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and then I look over to Angela and I sort of gesture in a very melodramatic, like, your job now.
Did we get a set of manacles, or who has them? If
We have a lot
I know
of
we
rope.
talked to them.
Yeah, I thought we
Okay.
were going with the rope.
Okay.
strategy.
That's what I know we talked about it at the start.
All
I
right.
just remember it coming up. All right. So,
Ernest, you're up.
seeing how weirdly effective this was, just sort of. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonus action. 1, 2, 3. Bonus action dash.
Yeah.
Cunning action, and then, one hempen rope. And
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to make a sleight of hand to tie that.
Can I assist him with my mage hand?
No.
My mage hand actually, because I have mage hand's Ledgerman, can do sleight of hand actions such as picking locks,
You don't have your mage
disarming
hand
traps. I have it
out
summoned.
now, though, right?
I have it summoned constantly, 24/7. As I said near the,
It lasts for a minute.
and I can constantly keep summoning it, summoning it.
Right.
But I shouldn't do this. Like,
basically,
I don't want to do it that way.
basically, I'm using while he's rolling around laughing. I'm just gonna flip him on his stomach,
Yeah.
and then just wrangle his hands behind his back and tie him together like that. And normal proficiency, so sleight of hand.
Okay. Can you also make a charisma saving throw?
A charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh wait, is it because of the hideous laughter?
No.
It's just because of.
You're tying a guy up, man.
That
Okay.
doesn't matter to me. But it's whatever this Nilbog thing
Yeah.
is. It's too charming for words, except
You find yourself suppressing a chuckle as you start binding him, and it seems like you've got him bound pretty good. Zemar, you're up.
Tie him up. Don't take any chances. Do you also have rope? I have string. I can hand you string if you go up there.
I mean, I also have rope. Do you want me to go up there
Yes.
and also try
Hog
to tie him?
tie him. Literally hog tie him.
I feel like
that's kind of like cruel and unusual punishment.
This guy is a magical being who will literally use the magic to try to play a trick on you that may or may not flay the flesh upon your skin and turn it inside out. He's chaos incarnate. This being is infected by a sickness of chaos.
That
Tie
sounds
him up.
excessive. Like even for magic.
Look at him compared to all of these other folks.
Dude,
I
these
was
things are basically genies.
Okay. I was just gonna tie him to a pole, but
Do that too.
Is he still up on the scaffolding?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
can
so you won't be able to get there on this turn.
Yeah.
Basically.
unless you action surge. But why would you do that?
I just really want to action surge to dash up next to him and try to also put him in rope.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move up in front of the scaffolding to try and get in position if he tries to jump down or something.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he could roll off. That's
Does Keen want to do anything?
yes. Only move about 20 feet though. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. And climb up my shoulder.
One of the goblins is kind of looking hungrily at her, but then notices she drips a little bit, and it's like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Nilbog's turn, so he gets to make his saving throw at the end of his turn, so he can't do anything until that.
I'm still dancing around with my feather.
No, he's fucked, dude.
Okay. Well, maybe it's because I'm still dancing around with my feather while I'm like, get him tied up.
Yeah, you're concentrating on it, so that's how that's working. Oh, by the way, you couldn't use your mage hand because you can use your action to control the hand.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So it might be out, but you have to actually have your action ready to do anything with it.
Okay.
Angela says, Irenaeus, did you get him?
I mean, he's tied up pretty good, but I think the more secure he is, the better. He's probably just gonna lash him to this pole, almost yoke him.
Well, we want to take him home with us, right?
Hog tie him and carry him home.
Right, but just bind his arms to the, like an oxen yoke.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, just sort of make it so that it's like a.
Hog tie him to the 10-foot pole. Carry him home.
Well, there's plenty of wood poles around here too.
Well, then here, let me help you. I can. Help Heinhelia guide you and make sure your hands work quickly and true.
Oh,
So
lovely.
she casts Bless on all three of you.
Hey.
And that's skill checks. To get that?
Attack rolls or saving throws. So you're good on saving throws at least.
All right.
You add a D4 to
That's
them.
good. That's good.
Yeah. And then she says to the bugbear, and it looks like we got him. We're going to take him home with us if that's okay. And the bugbear is just like, yes. Remove him. So Albus, you're up.
Okay, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20. That's Keen riding on my shoulder, if you will allow that. Okay. And I'm going to cast Prestidigitation.
Okay.
So that this this guy right here hears laughter all around him, and I am further tying his hands with my 10 feet of string.
He's like 20 feet up, just so you know.
Oh, shit! He hasn't. Oh, crap! I have to go all the way up there. Crap. Oh, Well then, All right. Well then, I'll just stand there and look at him menacingly, casting Prestidigitation at him, so that he hears laughter.
Got it.
Laughter.
Ernest, if you want to make another sleight of hand with advantage to do this like pole tie.
All right.
He's already tied, so I'll give you advantage.
So that's gonna leave my fishing pole unusable on the way home. But all right, so click advantage, click sleight of hand, and no bonus from blessed. So click.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
You don't think he's getting out of that?
I have 2 pittons. We could put those into the pole as well.
I'm not gonna crucify this.
He is tied and wrapped. He is giggling about this whole situation.
Well, it is pretty funny.
His arms and legs cannot move. He has no recourse.
Okay.
He kind of looks cute when you walk all the way up here and look at him.
Well, I guess nodding towards our bugbear, the bugbear chieftain, just like I guess we'll be on our way.
Angela, wait, Angela, it's cold. It's cold. Ask them if they'll trade me a fur. I got something they might want.
Sure. She conveys your request. What item are you brandishing?
I brandish my high class rations, 2 of them.
A couple of goblins run up and take them from you.
Sweet.
And Angela and the bugbear talk for a second, and then the bugbear whistles for another pair of her goblins, and they deliver you a rather somewhat ragged, but otherwise fairly well clean deer pelt.
Cool. Sweet. Just to make sure I'm warm. That's all.
Irenaeus, do you drag the Nilbog back down now? This is trivial to carry for you.
Yeah. How short is he? Like 3 feet tall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just like a don't really have a better term for it, but hobo sack. Just
Yep.
sling him over a shoulder and have him bounce on a pole for a while. Just constantly checking back to make sure that the binds are still there. Maybe closer to fireman's carry.
So you hop down the stairs. The bugbear looks at you and just says, "Thank you for doing that."
Ombois would like to say that a hobo sack is called a bindle.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
I knew it had a name, and it slipped my mind.
When you get down there, Alvis Taver is quick to make use of his 10 feet of string to tie him up further, but unnecessarily probably. But still doing it, because he'll do it.
And she says, I can see now that asking for help was the right choice. I think our two tribes should continue to cooperate.
But of course.
And I think I will say as much to the chief next time I see her.
Well, much appreciated. Looking forward to it, even.
Angela talks to you, Alvis, and just says, Good job with that spell. I didn't expect it to work that quickly. But
yeah, me neither, to be honest. Sometimes I'm in over my head.
Well, we don't want to leave him in those ropes for too long, and if he's going to break out, it would be best that he didn't break out here, so we should hurry back home.
Yeah, I'm really regretting not bringing my bell, or else I would have tied that to him as well, just to make, triply sure. Does anybody here have a bell?
I don't.
Sad.
Oh, I do. I have several.
Put a bell on him, so that we can make sure that he's like nearby. Just
actually, does he already have a bell on his hat? And he's got like little metal bits, but no bell.
Put a cowbell on him, please.
I mean, it's just like a small, basically wrist bell.
We'll still hear
bangle.
it.
You'll still hear it.
He will jingle.
Like a cat.
All right. And you guys go.
Tag him and bag him. Let's go.
And away we go.
Ooh.
So we still
got 3 days of movement left, so let's see how long it's going to take you to get back home.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Slippery bugger.
2, 3. So,
how many event rolls do we need to make?
I don't
0,
think we make
because
any.
we're heading home.
Although
It was sweet.
We'll finish out that first day, 1 full day, and then 2 more squares.
Yeah.
So
so you guys are good on rations. You zero them out, I think.
I have 1 left.
And you're hunting constantly, right?
I can, but I'm at the point where it's just easiest to use the rations and stock up on them when they come back about.
Feed the Nilbog a little bit.
Yeah.
What about
So
Also,
there
I have no fishing pole. I have no rope to make a snare with. I've got no.
There are a couple moments on the way home when you think this guy is almost out of his bonds, and he keeps grumbling at you, saying, "Where are you taking me? I demand representation. This is not the correct procedure for a goblin.
Well, seeing as how your tribe sort of asked us to do this, I'd say it is. Anyway, we continue on.
I didn't even agree to be tied up. You could have asked me to be tied up. Maybe I would have said yes.
That would.
I took the enthusiastic laughter as a yes.
On our way home, I ask if he wants to hear another joke, and cast this again on him.
Uh-oh. All right, let's see if he makes the save.
And the joke is about a goblin who answered to the fact that he wanted to be tied up by laughing at a dark gnome's joke.
Nope. Oh, wait. Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. He's gone. He's completely gone.
You mean with the... Oh, he's just laughing over and over again.
Yeah, he loses.
That's great. I love it every time I do it. All right.
You guys get back to camp. Boop. And you find Smithy waiting for you with a cage. You find the Brigadier also waiting for you. Watching the cage.
Tell him that he needs a bugbear harem.
She looks over the Nilbog and looks over you guys and your overall situation. She says, "All right. Looks like you did it. What exactly are you planning on doing with that creature?"
Hang on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
We did say yes. Throw him in the cage.
But didn't Van want to study him for a while?
Oh, I suppose. All right then.
Dacus would also be interested in studying him, and I want to learn some goblin from him. So there's that.
All right then. Well. Maybe best to untie him after the cage is locked, then.
Oh, but of course. I have a handy fellow here for that.
You huck him in the cage. Smithy closes it. There's about 4 locks on it.
Oh, that's good.
Do you think 4 is enough?
Different locations. Smithy tells you, I made each one of these special. They are, well, they'd be good enough for the Royal Vault back home, just one of them. So, yeah, I think they're fine.
All right.
I'll take your word for it. Can you make another one? I kind of want to
4 more.
test it. But not on the cage itself. That'd be dumb.
All right, you're on. I'll get you one.
Nice.
I use my mage hand to untie him once everything is secure. Do we have any food? Any beer for the young thing?
You want to give it alcohol?
Why not? It's gonna be locked in a cage. What are you, some kind of tyrant? Think of the poor thing.
Yes, it says. Think of the poor thing. Think of how poor I am.
You're gonna still be in the cage.
Give me all the alcohol you have.
No,
because I'm so poor.
I'll give you some alcohol, maybe. Maybe just a little bit.
You drive a terribly hard bargain, my gnomish friend.
I know. I'm sorry. And I create a sparkle from my smile with prestidigitation because I'm a
Okay.
cheesy bastard.
So yeah, you toss him in the cage. He is left near the barracks. Van is able to carry around the cage easily, so they
Oh,
get
that's good.
they get to talk. He's got telekinesis. So,
Oh, that's right.
they get to talking. Van will interact with this creature over the next few days.
I ask if Sariana could maybe look into making some kind of goblin-friendly spice so I can put it into his drink and calm him down a bit. I am responsible for this thing after all.
Alvis, do you mean you want really heavy-duty depressants?
Not heavy duty, just enough to make
Because
him
I can-
tired and loopy. Like cannabis.
I can put him out for as long as you want.
I don't need him put out. I just need him tired whenever I give him a drink.
That's a little bit trickier, but I can. Sure.
Like mint. It's something soothing. It's something so he's like, ah.
Oh, you meant fake alchemy.
It's sure. I mean, yeah.
I can do real. I can put him, like, I can do it for real where he won't even be able to talk.
No, Van needs to talk to him.
Okay, I could.
Make him relaxed. Take it easy. In a
This
cage.
is a hard request. Okay,
Maybe some essential oils. Aromatics.
you're gonna have to give me a couple days. I have to come up with something.
Well, he's
I'll-
gonna be in a
I'll
cage here
get
for
it.
a while.
Alright.
You can't treat this guy like he's some kind of, pariah, even though he is.
So I'll test it myself. So if I am asleep, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna wake up for more than 24 hours, you can,
Tell Decus or something, or Van? Decus isn't back yet.
yes, tell the brigadier.
Okay, yeah.
She'll know what to do.
I hope
Also,
so.
Dex is back. He came back.
Oh, wonderful. I hope he enjoys the way that I kept his library.
He locked his door because he didn't want you going in it, right?
Maybe?
I thought that was what he said. Maybe I heard him wrong.
His personal quarters, definitely.
Yeah, that.
Okay, then. So,
You
yeah,
want to go talk to Dex?
let's go talk to Decus.
Okay, you can do this thing. I see you all have done a lot of work since I've been gone.
Oh, he is back. That's-
Yeah, he is back. He came back on the ship that arrived while you guys were out.
Oh, nice.
Lucent tells me that we're about ready to establish another obelisk. I was surprised to see actually all the materials on the boat with me.
I'm quite surprised myself. I kind of want in on seeing that, if you would allow such a humble practitioner of the magical arts as myself to
Well,
watch. Or
I
participate
have to
or assist.
get to work making the making the vessels for the batteries and then making sure the rune stones are all correct. Then I hear this Dryad you all have been talking to is going to grow the tower around it itself, so it saves us the need for the mithril, which is good at least. You're welcome to watch the procedure. I'm not sure you'll get anything out of it, but
Will you need any assistance?
no offense, but I fear that might be
Yeah.
a little unsafe. This is a delicate and exact science I have going on.
Yeah. I hear you.
And if there's going to be a mistake, I would rather it be done by my own hand alone.
Mm-hmm.
But that all aside, we won't be able to get that done until the next redshift cleared. And you guys did get hit by the first wave pretty shortly after you walked back into the form. I found some information while I was in the Empire related to that event you all saw.
Did you?
Perhaps you should go fetch Lucent, and I can tell you everything.
Alright. I cast Prestidigitation, and as I'm running to Lucent, I also just call for her obnoxiously in a booming voice. Godlike and ear-piercing.
Okay. She's by the barracks and finds you rather quickly because camp is only like 100 feet across, and it says, Grontassel, I assume this is important.
Quite so. Follow me, please. My lady. After you. Decus wishes to see you.
Got it. Okay. She follows you, leading you to Dex library, and he invites you all to sit, and pulls out a notebook. Now, are all of you attending this seminar?
But of course.
Yeah, I guess I probably would have tagged
Yeah.
along.
Okay.
I think I would have sort of recused myself while Van was taking the Nilbog away, but
Okay.
as soon as Dex started talking about upcoming developments, joined back in.
Got it. So, here's what I found. You all told me you went to a festival in a village called Midoro. Now, I was not able to find much about the festival itself in the books I was able to find, but I did find mention of Midoro as a civilized location in the nation Vesoth. It was a small village, as you apparently found. What I did find was information on the royal family, the most recent one before the Redshift began and Vesoth itself disappeared. That was King Erditus and Queen Arzella.
That's... yeah. Did she also have a princess named Cirrus?
Yes, although by your description, the last record of her is a little bit off. She had only been born a couple of years before the tome I found mentioned her. And this was a ruling family of moon elves. So the queen and king themselves were, as I understand it, had ruled for about 300 years. And Ceres, their daughter, was their only child.
To have such a sickly child be your only child. Such heartache the family must have felt. Did the Redshift bring upon their ruin? Did you figure that out?
Well, there's not so much on the Redshift itself. The Redshift is mentioned in the downfall of Vesoth, but it seems, at the very least, in the books I was able to find in the Empire's libraries, people who actually survived the Redshift, if there are any, were not able to provide us with that information.
So we don't know how the royal family fell.
Well, if they did survive, they must have gone into hiding
Yeah.
because they are not around anymore.
Mayhaps they're in the tower on the horizon.
Well, even a moon elf doesn't live quite that long, but I suppose nothing's impossible. Out here, anyway. There were a couple more things that I would like to inform you all of. I did some looking into Asgoth's works, and I thought he was a prolific scholar in his day. I thought if he had been in Vesoth by the timing on his letter, around the same time that you all noted the time those people in that fair told you it was, he was I suppose contemporary with this. He might have made mention of it, but all I could find in his books were vague references to a short journey in his distant youth. It seems like, for whatever reason, he did not talk about Vesoth very often at all.
The note that we found inside of the scroll case was talking of a person named Asgoth. He came to a land called Leparo or something.
Yes.
And Vesoth fits the bill. He also talked about Vesian towns and places that he came to. But the tower was mentioned in the note as well. And that tower was held by a king. I would believe it's I forgot his name already, but king to Queen Azrella.
Yes. Well, if you're unaware, Arwain Asgoth was a dwarf who died about 600 or 600 years ago. Yes. He was known as a prolific adventurer, and it seems if the date on that letter is correct, he was rather young when he took this trip to Vesoth. So
That
my
fits
only
the
guess
bill.
for why there isn't any information or very much information from him on it is I have to assume perhaps he didn't start publishing work, or perhaps he wasn't renowned enough for his work to be published until later in his life. But I don't know. That's something I would like to continue looking into.
Absolutely, yeah.
If we were somehow able to find more from him that lingers in this land, that would be immense. There is one final thing. You did ask me to look into this woman named Ferris. Now, I didn't find anything about her. But from your report, I looked into some other news, and I did discover that about a millennium ago, there was a powerful family in the Cradian Empire named Holtzman. But they fell to ruin around that time.
Right, so even if Ferris was, that could have been a fake name. Or, it was a name that held no, like, it would have been a fallen household by the time we met Ferris.
Right, well, Holtzman was the, other man you met, correct?
Was it? I can't remember. I think it was.
According to your report, he was I believe you said he was rather grumpy about the whole festivities.
Oh yes, that was his name. Yes, he was.
In any case, it seems like the people in the place in that event you saw may have been based in reality after all.
Huh.
I couldn't rule all of those connections up to coincidence. There are too many real people there for that to be something fake, I think.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate, though, you can't get a clear record. It would be nice to see if I was actually the champion that year.
Yes, that is too bad. But from what I can tell, Midora was a very small village, hardly worth noting by the historians. And I suppose being lost to the Redshift did it no favors.
Absolutely not. Though it adds legend to it. Alvis Taver, Grand Tassel, the champion of Medoro. It has a nice ring to it.
Oh. Maybe you can make a name for yourself after we're all done here.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I believe Angela wanted to talk to you about maybe finding out a way if we could cure this Nilbog that Van is also studying. Cure is a weird word to use as well, but...
Alright, yes, I heard about your Nilbog adventure.
Did you hear how I took care of everything? Like a true magician.
Did. Quite good. No harm done to anyone.
No.
I think that will benefit us in trying to befriend the goblins.
I hope so, at least.
Alright then. So hey, this game is over for today.
Oh, hey.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you all are gonna get 300 experience points today.
300.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Almost level 3. Ugh. So close.
It's the final countdown.
Well, if we actually accomplished something the last time, I probably would be, but oh well.
Hey Zimar, cool job.
Yeah.
Would you care to roll your level up health now, or we can do it later if you
That's
want?
absolutely an
now.
interesting question, Bet
Let's
Monty.
do it.
That's
Just
what I was
You just roll a
wondering.
hit die. It doesn't consume it or anything.
Oh,
So with that, I'm gonna head out because it's late.
Thanks,
time for me to go to
Phelan.
bed.
Oh!
What do you
He
roll?
got the
What did
10.
he roll? He got the
Peace.
10. Nice.
I
Well
was about to ask
done.
if that's right or not.
Thank you for playing. Goodbye.
Thank you.
No, Zemar, that's literally perfect.
Oh, wait, so I get 13 HP?
You get
Yeah.
13 added to your maximum HP. You roll.
Oh,
roll
that's some
max.
bullshit.
We're
Alright.
fucking done.
Yeah, good one. So you're up to 37. At third
Nice.
level, that's not bad at all. Make
No.
sure you increase your max health.
Dude, I'm only at 17 and I'm at 3rd level.
Fighter boys.
Alright, there we go.
And I'll add this to Aaron Aces, but you also all get 10 mark.
Nice. I like the sound of those marks going a stack, a stack, a stacka. They
Yeah,
don't
they-
chink.
They flip.
Yeah,
They flip.
they flip. That's better, yeah. So, yeah, well done. Absolutely.
If any of you want to make contributions to things, now's a good time. If not, that's fine.
I don't have any money to, really.
Can I take his stick? Was I able to take his stick?
A stick.
No. The Nilbog's fancy carved stick.
Oh yes.
That's a super fancily carved stick, my friend.
He has been asking for it back rather incessantly.
I give him a bell and tell him trade. And can I have the stick?
Well, you've already taken it.
Okay, good.
He goes on a tirade about the merits of a bartering-based economy, and it seems like he doesn't approve.
That's unfortunate because I completely did. Trade. I feel okay. So it's just a fancy carved stick, nothing super special about it?
You could probably spend some time with it to see if it does anything weird.
I definitely will in Decus's library.
Okay, and we can discuss that next time.
Alright. For now, I'll just put it as carved goblin staff.
Nilbog staff will do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Weight?
Give it the same as a quarter staff, I guess. Maybe cut it in half because it's small.
Righteous. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's raw, isn't it? Small. Yeah. Let me see. Is that even a thing for weapons?
Quarter staff weighs 4 pounds, so that would weigh 2 pounds.
Yeah, it doesn't say if small is a thing, but I'm pretty sure I've read that somewhere. It's probably in the DMG or something.
I remember the rule from 3.5.
Alright, well, it's good enough for 5e then. Hey guys, thanks for playing.
Thank you for
that was
DMing.
good. That was some solid, totally breaking my fucking dungeon. So nice job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's supposed to happen.
I guess.
Nobody's done it yet in this campaign, so congratulations.
Wait, what was
Sweet.
supposed to happen?
Yeah, I kind of want to
Oh,
know.
there was a bunch of shit that was supposed to happen, don't worry.
Oh.
Just a bunch of shit? Like what?
There was a lot.
Like,
Sir,
I
can
had-
you do the rest of my level up stuff later, also?
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Okay.
I don't want to get goat stampeded, legendary Noatoxin. What are you talking about? There were some giant goats there. What were they about? I finally got to see them too. Didn't I?
You did get to see the giant goats, yeah.
They were just giant
I mean-
goats?
They were domesticated.
I tell the brigadier when I'm done and giving her my report, but also, you know, drinking and everything, about these literal giant goats and how we need to make friends with these goblins ASAP because domesticated giant goat herding and the cashmere that could be made off of that would make this fort richer than, and then I say some like famous rich dude that, you know, got rich off of whoring or something.
You think she's like mildly unimpressed because she tells you, "Oh yeah, the first tribe of goblins that we made contact with, they turned out to be quite skilled at animal taming. They had loads on hand. Even the leader of that group was, I hear she had a direwolf tamed. So
Fascinating.
They obviously have some skill.
They do. They really do.
All right, thank you guys for playing my game with me.
Thank you for doing
Thanks for running it.
So next week we'll see who joins. Might do some special things for next week. So I guess I'll update you guys in the Discord when I decide what's happening with that. But
Would I be allowed to come in next week if you're doing special things?
depends on what kind of special things they are. Give me a couple days to figure it out, and then I'll say yes or no.
Absolutely, thank you. I just noted that I am level 3,
Yeah.
so you don't want me coming in all the damn time.
Well, we've only got 2 level 1 people left, so it might be time to boost them. We'll see.
Cool. Alrighty then.
Okay, good game, everyone. Bye.
Later.